reconciliation, there must be a cry. There must be a signal. A signal. What frequency will that signal be? Oh God. But when Agag's plan, I'm gonna leave my boy to die. Maybe we have left those to die. Maybe we have left those on the side because we can't manage the sociological. We can't manage the economics because we don't have the resources. So there was an economic problem as well as a sociological problem. But I want you to know that the Spirit of God hovers over every situation. The Spirit of God covers the sociological. It covers the economics. It covers the physiological. That's the Spirit of God.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome everyone. You're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Jiminita Swain and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your best life. Whether you're here for fashion, food, fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. The White House claimed a victory in a showdown with Colombia over accepting flights of deported migrants from the United States on Sunday. This came hours after President Donald Trump threatened steep tariffs on imports and other sanctions on the longtime U.S. partner. International headlines report that the U.S. and Colombia clashed Sunday over the deportation of migrants and imposed tariffs on each other's goods in a show of what other countries could face if they intervene in the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration. The White House showcased an episode as a warning to other nations who might seek to impede the president's plans. Well, Southern California's first significant storm of the season brought weekend downpours that aided firefighters with rains easing up on Monday, but causing ash, mud, and debris to flow across streets in wildfire-burnt areas. This in addition to heavy mountain snow that forced the shutdown of major interstates north of Los Angeles. Less than an inch of rain fell in most areas, but it was enough to loosen Los Angeles' hillside burnt bare by the recent blaze near the Pacific Palisades, where crews working before dawn cleared inundated roadways, including the famed Pacific Coast Highway. And today, January 27th, is observed as the International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. The day was observed with ceremonies and activities at the United Nations headquarters in New York and at United Nations offices around the world. This year marks 80 years since the end of the Holocaust. As for what's coming up in today's show, we take a closer look at how NASA's downtown is being revitalized. Also, the Mommy Hustle is in studio to tell us about a major event that happened this past weekend. And we have the Bahama Beauty to tell us what's been buzzing on social media. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more after the break.
My name is Shad Fur. The name of my song is Bahamas, in brackets, a real place. And I came in second place in the Tourism is Everyone's Business songwriting competition. The second I found out what the competition was looking for, I knew I wanted to make a song that could capture the magic of being Bahamian, telling my story ain't a hard thing to do through my music. It's just that I do it through all genres. And so the song I was lucky enough to come second in the Tourism is Everyone's Business competition was like a fusion, an island fusion kind of genre. When I make music, when I make art, there's a motif behind it. There's something more to it than just me making something random, even if it sounds random. The reason I wanted the phrase mother flip to be in it is because it's important for Bahamians to hear themselves and to see themselves in an unadulterated but high quality fashion. We're finally in a place where we could get over the need to pretend we something we're not in order to succeed within the industry at large. Bahamians want to see Bahamians. We love laughing at each other. We love hearing each other sing. We love supporting each other. The next generation who coming up could see people like me and see people like my contemporaries, and through being a Bahamian, naturally, I could be global. We good. Like, I could always be a ambassador for the country because I am a Bahamian. Like, this is our music, this is our home, these are our islands, this is our industry. Tourism is everyone's business.
Thanks for staying with us. Have you visited downtown recently? Well, a transformation is definitely taking place. The Ministry of Tourism, alongside the Downtown Revitalization Committee, intends to create a picturesque downtown Nassau. It started with the demolition of buildings considered eyesores with the cooperation of business owners, bringing new art spaces to life. In studio, we have one of the artists, Randia Coakley, to talk about the latest art piece that will be on display on Bay Street. Thank you so much for joining us, Randia. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So talk to us about how you got involved in art. What's your art style?
So my art style, I would say, involves a few things: community, culture, color, flora, and culture, mainly culture. And that's what I bring into my art space. Yeah.
So what inspired you to create this mural, and what is the message or theme that you're trying to convey from it?
So when I initially saw the request from the government on submitting ideas and concept, the main thing that came to me is that I wanted an art piece that was interactive, and that was for visitors and for locals alike. So I thought about concept, and the first thing that came to mind was including aspects of getting a building that had a real tree there, because I wanted the tree of the real plant to connect with the painted mural that I would have built, a swing that's hanging from the painted tree. So that was the original concept, and then I saw the building.
And so can you walk us through the creative process and all of that?
So the creative process was a really interesting one. So earlier last year, the submission went in. Submitted the idea, you did not know the building. So with you not knowing which building, you just give it a concept of, I would love a building that's next to a tree. Then I was chosen, which was a beautiful surprise. And when I saw the building, I was like, I have to think a little deeper and make a full story, because the building was large on both sides.
Wow. So have you had the opportunity to engage with local residents and businesses during this mural process, and talk to us about that experience?
Okay, so like I stated earlier, my design comprises of community and culture, and including flora. So a couple aspects happened. Once I realized the length of the building, I decided to get inspiration of taking under the big tree and converting it into having scenes. And what I did was created aspects of Bahamian traditional play. So things we did under the big tree in our grandmother's yard, our parents' yards. In my case, my grandmother's yard. Her yard was on Enos Street in Beantown, still there. Lovely house, everything. So with that, I wanted to connect with playtime. So different scenes that's painted on the building would be Platinum Maple, parking or pokey, depends on which island you're from. And then you have climbing the coconut tree and different scenes of play for what I did or what my mother did and so forth, and what my nephew and my god kids do as play. And we painted it on, and with that aspect, like I stated, it was inspired by what I did in my grandmother's yard. And to bring the community aspect, I partner with Enos Street, all the kids through Enos Street. We did a potting day where kids were able to pick which pot, any color, and pick the plant, which was aloe trees, and plant them. So when they see the finished work, they're able to say, I planted that pot every time they drive by. So that was a goal of incorporating community.
That sounds very nice. Did you have any challenges that you faced during the planning and execution of the mural?
Yes, there was some challenges. Some that may shock was, one, it took longer than expected because of just lots of elements that was involved. Another challenge I thought was very interesting is doing it, since it took longer, person started to take apart the scaffold, which was like shocking to me, like shocking. So how to pay for stolen goods from doing the artwork.
That's
shocking.
Very surprising, right?
Very surprising.
I know you weren't expecting that.
Was not, but it also taught me like, timing is more important because the longer things happens. But other things I felt I learned was how captivating and supportive Bahamians were. Every time, every day you're there, people drive by and it's like, oh, we love what you're doing. This is amazing. Oh, and everyone's involved. Bahamians, tourists will stop by and take pictures. Like our phone is filled with tourists stopping to take pictures. We're not even completed.
That's nice. So how does the location of the mural in the downtown area influence your design or concept?
So I really wanted color. Color was the main thing, and I considered design, what I designed was everything was two tones. So if we used yellow, we used a light yellow and a dark yellow. If we used green, we did a light green and a dark green. And we wanted colorful so it stands out. And being downtown, like I said, I wanted to be interactive, so persons be able to come and take a photo. So one of the key elements under the big tree is a swing. So there's about 3 swings on the actual design. So a person could stand there and it looks like they're swinging. So it's interactive.
So what do you want viewers to feel or think or see for their first time when they see your mural?
So the most important thing to me is for locals, for when they are able to go downtown, and what is the best thing is the location. It's on a corner of Bay Street and through a side road, so you can literally park the car and go and look at it, interact with it, take photos. So it's not just for tourists, it's for us. And then, like I said, the story of it is, it's about our traditional play. Every detail is very important. For example, the shade of pink I decided to use, it reminds me of the shade of pink of my grandmother's house and also the shade of pink that's used in government buildings. Then, as an area, since it's a large building, I decided to plant aloes. And the reason why I chose aloes because that's a part of Bahamian culture, bush medicine. And then what I'm going to do is when it's finished, because we're doing some final touches, it's going to be a plaque that tells the full story. So if you don't remember this, you could just go and read, this is what happened, this is who partake in this artwork, and so forth.
Well, thank you so much, Randia, for being a guest here on What's Trending. And obviously, I wish you all the greatest success in any of your future endeavors. Well, there's more to come. Stay with us. Super Bowl Sunday just got even better.
Starting January 27, enter to win a TV from Security Depot or a game day pizza party for 8 courtesy of Cuba Libre and Angelo's Street Side Pizzeria.
2, enter to win to be one of 2 lucky winners of the Great Game Day giveaway.
WhatsApp a photo of a 2025 Cuba Libre purchase receipt to 557-3488 with your name and phone contact by Wednesday, February 5th.
Then, watch What's Trending on February 6th to see if you're one of the lucky Great Game Day giveaway winners.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
After a successful series of events, local event host Kennedy Campbell Moss, also known as the Mommy Hustle, is setting her sights on even bigger and bolder projects for the future. Reflecting on her recent success, she'll share both the triumphs and challenges of the past events, while teasing exciting new ventures that promise to bring even more creativity and engagement to the city. Welcome, Kennedy. You're definitely no stranger to what's trending. How have you been? The last time I saw you was Canoe.
I've been wonderful, Jamina. I think that you owe me congratulations. Am I correct?
She's going to hold me to it, guys. So, yes, congratulations, Candanique, on the Saxons, on your win for the 4-peat. Yes. She's going to hold me to it, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jamanita. But I've been good.
Wonderful. So you are becoming a fixture here, as we said earlier. How do you stay motivated and inspired when working on both past and future events?
Well, I think the motivation comes for me based on what the name of my company is in general. I'm a mother. My daughter relies on me. There are times that I'd like to give up, and there are times that I realize that if I give up, I have somebody that is dependent upon me to make sure that things are going right for her. And so Anai is my motivation to make sure that I look forward and I don't just rest on my laurel thinking that it's going to happen, because no one is coming to save me.
So can you walk us some of the recent highlights of your recent event, you know, the highs and lows and, you know, any future events you're working on?
So Conversations After Dark was my most recent event. The one prior to that was Faith Over Fear, and my mom had just passed. And that was a wonderful opportunity because I had a brunch and women were able to come, to talk, to conversate. We had financial goal planning, we had mindset, we had all of these different things that happened at Faith Over Fear. And then came along Conversations After Dark. So essentially, Conversations After Dark is an opportunity for us to have real conversations. It's conversations about intimacy, about sex, about relationships, about exactly what makes us tick. Because sometimes having the hard conversations make things a lot easier. And Conversations After Dark is exactly what it was. We had people from across the entire spectrum. They came in their pajamas, we had food, we had drink, and we had good, honest conversation, good dialogue to break the seal. Because I think sometimes if we have the hard conversation, it opens the door for everything else to trickle and for us to have a better relationship in society as a community.
So what would you say is the most rewarding part of being an event host, and what keeps you coming back to do it?
Well, in this particular line of business, I work to work again. And I'm not just a host, because of course I do speeches, I do logistics, I'm a certified project manager, I have 2 master's degrees, but it's more than just that. It's the opportunity to make sure that somebody else's dream comes true.
So obviously, what exciting projects or events are you working on? Are you able to give us a sneak peek onto any of those?
I think that I'm going to do Conversations After Dark again, but I'm going to do it on a much larger scale. There have been conversations in Freeport, and there's also been some Floridian connections that would have been asking, are you going to bring the international, the Bahamian flavor to us? And so Grand Bahama is a market all in that of itself. And so maybe something will happen in Grand Bahama.
So what events would you, or rather what advice would you give to others who are considering hosting events in the future?
I think when you think about hosting events, you have to look at what your persona is. I think that you should pick a lane and stick in that. I think that you should also make sure that you do your research. Research is extremely important. You don't want to just be seen as someone that just comes to an event. If it's a themed party, what is the theme? Is it China? Is it Africa? You come out in your garb. You make sure that you know some of the language language. You make sure that you choose the correct music. You stay in tune with the logistics manager if you're not the logistics person. But you also take time to study your craft. There are many tools that are open to us. It's just an opportunity for us to find out what it is that we want to do. And that's extremely important, because in order for you to progress in your particular agency, you must be learned.
Well, that sounds like you're having a great time doing what you do, even though I imagine a lot goes into
There's a great deal.
This.
There's a great deal, because, you know, people think that you just show up, but you just don't simply show up. There's makeup, there's hair, I mean, the lack thereof, right? There's a lot, there's wardrobe. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready. And in this particular business, sometimes you're always on.
That's important. You are always on. You have to be prepared, even for the unexpected.
Exactly. Even in the schoolyard, when the kids see me in the morning, hi, Miss Moss, and hi, Mommy, hi. So you have to be ready. It's always a thing. It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you in studio with us, Candidate.
Thank you.
Good luck on all of your endeavors. I'm sure we will definitely meet again.
You have to. I love being with you. I love it. I love being with you. You're awesome. You're awesome.
Well, you're watching What's Trending. There's so much more after the break. Stay with us.
Diet-friendly special.
Super Bowl Sunday just got even better.
Starting January 27, enter to win a 8-inch TV from Security Depot or a game day pizza party for 8 courtesy of Cuba Libre and Angelo's Street Side Pizzeria.
2 enter to win to be one of 2 lucky winners of the Great Game Day giveaway.
WhatsApp a photo of a 2025 Cuba Libre purchase receipt to 557-3488 with your name and phone contact by Wednesday, February 5th.
Then, watch What's Trending on February 6th to see if you're one of the lucky Great Game Day giveaway winners.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
We have the Bahama Beauty in studio to bring us all the latest happenings on social media.
I'm the Bahama Beauty, and here's What's the Buzz for this week. An unlikely pairing dropped jaws this weekend. Sexy Red and Bruno Mars shaking up the music industry and social media with their spicy new collaboration. The raunchy titled single, Fat, Juicy, and Wet, debuted on Friday and dropped the jaws of many. However, it garnered some very polarizing reactions. This user posting, I do not want to hear that Bruno Mars and Sexy Red song ever again. Another, that Sexy Red and Bruno Mars song might get bro locked out of heaven. The lyrics are crazy. Okay, just listen to the Sexy Red and Bruno Mars new song. At this point, just might as well make a GoFundMe, Bruno.
Well, I've been thinking, Ashley, that we should help our viewers get to know us better.
Good idea. We did rapid fire questions last season, so let's go at it again. But first, explain to our viewers what exactly are rapid fire questions.
Well, I'm going to ask Ashley 10 questions, and she will give me the first answer that comes to mind. No thinking about the answer, just no pondering, just quick answers, and then she'll get a list of 10 questions from me.
Oh boy, now both of us have not seen these lists. Our very wicked producer guarded them till the last minute.
The very last.
We don't know what these are until we actually open them. So let's go.
All right, so are you gonna go first or am I gonna go first?
I think you go first.
All right, so envelopes are open.
All right, here we go.
What was your first job, Ashley?
This one.
What is your favorite season?
Christmas, winter.
Okay, and what do you hate hearing? Quick,
Boy, oh my gosh, there's so many things I hate hearing.
Pick one.
I hate hearing our producer's voice over my shoulder.
What's your favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
Ah, I should have known that one. What's your favorite movie genre?
Action.
Describe your style in one word.
Comfortable.
And what item is worth spending money on?
A good bag.
Who is your favorite Disney character?
I'm not even a Disney girl, so I can't even answer that, honestly.
Wow. What dish do you cook best?
Shrimp scampi.
Oh, she got that down. And if you could afford any car, which would you drive?
I'm also not a car girl, but I like bright colors and shiny things and fast cars, so I'd probably pick a Lamborghini.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good.
All right, Jimmy, let's go with you now. What is your favorite month?
October, my birthday month.
Ugh, loser. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
What word do you have a hard time pronouncing?
Chickamongolis.
And you once again, you pronounce it wrong. What is your favorite breakfast?
Fire engine.
What is your favorite type of music?
Soca.
Really?
Yes, I love soca.
Ugh. What were you afraid of as a child?
Crabs. Land crabs.
I forget, you from Freeport. I gotta excuse you.
Calm down, eh?
What is your go-to lazy dinner?
Spaghetti. Homemade spaghetti.
That's lazy?
Yeah, it's quick.
What is your hidden talent? Sound like you ain't got no talent, you. Sound like you ain't got no talents.
I think I can model. I think I'm a model.
We're gonna put you to the test. We're gonna put you in a fashion show.
Not today.
Do you have a bucket list?
Yes.
What is your favorite type of weather?
I like summer.
Girl, you like to sweat?
Well, you could get cool.
Summer only for the vibes? Well, literally.
That's the part of summer I like.
Well, you know.
And going to the beach.
I can't argue with you there.
Oh, okay. Well, that was so much fun. Was it better for you the second time around?
It was.
All right. Well,
I learned a whole lot more about you.
Well, stay tuned. There is more after the break.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks, so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this brings great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Diet-friendly special.
On Tuesday's show, we have more sensational scents to intrigue you, and Galentine's is almost upon us. What are your plans? Well, that's all the time we have for today. A huge thank you to our incredible guests for sharing their insights and stories with us. As always, we will be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more exciting guests, thought-provoking conversation, and lots of laughs, only on the ZNS Network.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories.
A new fire truck arrives on Grand Bahama. Also, the National Security Minister urges officers to fall in line as a new police chief assumes leadership. And later, a school mourns the tragic loss of one of their own killed in an accident on Bimini.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Commissioner Knowles has promised to deliver a fire truck to Grand Bahama. And today I am pleased to report that Commissioner Knowles has delivered on a promise.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fire officials on Grand Bahama are now better equipped to combat emergencies with the arrival of a fire engine over the weekend. For many residents, this addition marks a long-awaited response to their calls for improved resources to fight fires on the island. It is our top story tonight. Our Shane Stubbs has more details.
Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles made a commitment to assist Grand Bahama with the reinforcement of its fleet of fire engines. Shortly before 10 a.m. Saturday morning, Royal Bahamas Police Force officials laid eyes on that promise being kept, with a functioning fire engine making its way into port via mailboat. Officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas, Assistant Commissioner Avado Dames, and other fire officials were on hand to receive the pumper truck. ACP Dames further emphasizing Commissioner Knowles' stance on the overall public safety of residents on the island.
Commissioner Knowles has promised to deliver a fire truck to Grand Bahama. And today I am pleased to report that Commissioner Knowles has delivered on a promise. Commissioner Shanta Knowles and the Royal Bahamas Police Force is committed to public safety and creating safer communities.
The island has seen a dire need for firefighting assistance. In recent weeks, a major blaze on East Settlers Way threatened homes and businesses in the area. Shortly after, a derelict building went up in flames, also threatening the safety of a prominent youth organization. Aware of the overwhelming concern, ACP Dames gives an update on the current fleet of fire engines.
The other fire engines are in the process of being repaired, and they shall be repaired to have additional resources on Grand Bahama Island. We value the public support. We continue to value public support and public safety.
Now, in recent months, the lack of firefighting equipment has been a significant issue, leading to a number of calls and requests from residents following a number of bushfires and other incidents around the island. Now, the addition of this fire truck aims to improve response times, addressing those long-standing concerns. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks, Shane. Meanwhile, the Royal Bahamas Police Force has been hit with more than one corruption scandal in the past year. Now, as the law enforcement agency under the leadership of recently appointed Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles looks to shake its tarnished image in the public's eye, the Minister of National Security is also mincing no words, urging officers to fall in line. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
I would wish to charge, however, any amongst you who do not have courage, integrity, and loyalty to exit quietly and peacefully as soon as possible.
Those were the strong words Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, had for police officers during the annual police church service on Grand Bahama Sunday, even as he offered encouragement in the face of increased public scrutiny.
People may say many things about you, but your integrity is what you do and who you are. And so I want to encourage you that renewal is about brushing off and brushing up the things that you have and not acquiring new things.
The worship service came after officers marched through the streets to Central Church of God to seek guidance for the year ahead. During the service under the theme Renewing Courage, Integrity and Loyalty, the minister also made this promise to officers.
I will be your advocate to seek to get you the resources that you need to discharge the duties that you have.
President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Kenneth Lewis, appealed to officers to carry out their jobs with diligence, integrity, and goodwill.
I also wish to admonish you that a significant amount of trust has been deposited in you, both as individuals and as an organization. So I say to you, discharge your duties in such a way that you do not lose the trust of us, the public you serve.
Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles adds that it is important for police to begin the year in service as they fortify themselves to address challenges facing the country, reflecting on her favorite psalm.
That encourages us to keep our faith grounded in the Lord, and I believe that starting off in church certainly sends that message that our faith is in the Lord, and we believe strongly that with Him at our right hand, we will not be shaken. We will restore the good honor and name of our organization, and of course we will work as hard as possible to bring peace to our streets and of course allay the fear of crime.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, in other news, spouse of the Prime Minister, First Lady Anne-Marie Davis, visiting Grand Bahama Island this weekend, sharing how the government is tackling the critical challenges women face, with a specific focus on the persistent housing crisis. More details in this report.
Our government is working to alleviate these problems.
Spouse of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, injecting new hope to residents as she tackles critical issues faced by women, especially the housing crisis. Labeling it a human right, she shared the government's ongoing efforts to address the issue.
We had Minister Jobette Colby Davis that started the program. She had, in her wisdom and in her trying to the policies that she had outlined houses to be built here in Grand Bahama as well as Abaco and New Providence. But Honorable Keith Bell, he took over, and not too long ago, they had a meeting right here in Grand Bahama where they talked about rent-to-own programs and home repairs, especially with urban renewal, and also building units, housing units.
First Lady Davis making the comments during the first meeting of the year for the Grand Bahama PLP Women's Branch at PLP headquarters. Her remarks follow a recent IMF report highlighting the country's housing crisis driven by stagnant wages and rising real estate prices. She attributed much of the issue to a gender pay gap, which she says leaves women with less financial flexibility than their male counterparts, especially elderly and single women who are most affected.
We also have women who are in a situation of domestic violence. We have a shortage for transitory type homes for those type of women. We see where the government is giving grants, land grants, for construction of these type of units where women can be housed to get them away from being battered.
As gender-based issues continue to raise concerns, First Lady Davis also highlighting the Protection Against Violence Bill 2023 as a critical piece of legislation tabled by former Minister of Social Services Obi Wilchcombe. The bill aims to establish the Protection Against Violence Commission, which will provide essential care and support services for individuals, particularly women, who are victims of violence.
The biggest part of the bill is establishing the commission that will help raise funds towards what needs to be done to help do the research throughout the Bahamas and the different family islands, so we'll know the depth of what we're dealing with and how to address it and the type of policies we need to put in place further.
Switching gears now, the Road Traffic Department on the island is currently experiencing technical issues with its system. As a result, the process of licensing vehicles may take longer than usual. However, Deputy Controller Dennis Stirrup remains optimistic, stating that the issue is expected to be resolved within 24 hours. Now, should the issue persist longer than the time projected, the Deputy Controller says you can still register and have your vehicles inspected at the department. All other services remain unavailable.
Since we'll have services fully restored, we're hoping to have services fully restored within 24 hours. As I indicated before, it was a computer, it was a network glitch, and we're just trying to sort that out. We're hoping to have it restored within 24 hours. Just need to continue to communicate with the technical team, and they will advise. Once we receive further updates, we will advise our officers, and they will be informed.
In news from the island of Abaco, police are seeking the public's help in locating a vehicle stolen Sunday. A black Honda Civic, license plate not listed, was stolen from George Albury Boulevard. Now, police are asking anyone with information to call them at 911, 919, or your nearest police station. All gone far too soon. Those are the sentiments expressed today as friends, family, and the school community joined together to pay homage to a life snuffed out. You may recall just days after his birthday, 15-year-old Anthorn Jaheim Johnson lost his life in a tragic early morning accident in Bimini after the vehicle he drove collided into a flatbed truck on January 4th. Our Cleopatra Murphy attended the school memorial and brings us the details in this report.
It was a tearful memorial for 15-year-old Anthorn Jaheim Johnson as the school family at Sister Mary Patricia Russell Junior High School welcomed his family into the fold as they bid a final farewell to one of their own. While only at the school a short time, for his friend Skylar Storr, who fought to contain her tears, the pain of his loss was palpable.
For me to find out, he just died. My friend is dead, and I didn't even get to tell him goodbye. And his birthday was a couple days before he died. So he didn't know that was gonna happen to him, but it happened to him. And it could have been anybody, but it was him, and it's so sad.
Like Storr, Anthorn's friend Darielle Farrington, who is also grappling with his death, says his sudden and unexpected passing has taught her to cherish life. She also sympathizes with his mother.
I know how it feels to lose somebody so close to you, because I lost my mother and it was just hard on me, so I can't imagine how it is for her to lose a son, and especially such at a young age.
They described the teen as kind, caring, and someone who brought smiles to people's faces, someone whose presence will be missed. His aunt, Naquel Lewis, who joined his mother and other family members at the memorial, also reflected on his character.
He was very charismatic. He always laughing, smiling, playing. Even though he used to try play tough, he was very sensitive and very soft.
She says Anthorn's death has been hard for the family, especially his mother, who initially withdrew. With the school family remembering the teen who in a short time impacted many, Farrington has these final words for all to live by.
Fill your life and just be forward and just know you could die at any time. So that's why we should just give our life to Christ and move forward living in Christianity.
Anthorn's homegoing service will take place on Saturday at Gateway Outreach Ministries on Bimini. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
And still to come.
Government officials and a host of others gathered to celebrate a nonagenarian. We will have that story and sports highlights when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition returns.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Welcome to the new era of home improvement. Third Dimension is back and better than ever. Discover our latest products and services designed to transform your space. From innovative designs to cutting-edge technology, we've got it all. Your dream space is just a call away. Our team is here and ready to serve you, making your experience better than ever. Visit us today on Yellow Pine Street and see why Third Dimension is your go-to for all things home improvement.
Do It Center is having their end-of-month sale this Friday, January 31st from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. 20% off store-wide, 30% off Valspar paint, and 50% off light fixtures. Located in the Del's Auto Product Complex, formerly known as Gold Rock Corp. Call them at 350-2316. Join No Holds Bar Cigar Lounge for Sunday brunch on February 2nd from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. For $30, enjoy bottomless mimosas, wings, waffles, music by DJs Hot Skull, Kool-Aid, and guest DJ Rambo, fun, games, prizes, and a chance to win a trip to Fort Lauderdale. The Ministry of Youth invites all who work with young people to be certified. Register now to be a part of its National Youth Leadership course. For more information, visit the Ministry's office at the Regent Center East or call 351-6667. Spaces are limited. Sharpen your skills and learn new methods to handle today's youth with YLCP certification.
Hair Depot is back! Now located at the LMR Mini Mall. Welcome to Hair Depot Plus, where health, beauty, and convenience connect. Get your Remy, Brazilian, drawstring ponytail, plus all your favorite lotion, ointment, oil, cream, and a wide range of organic and natural health products, herbal leaves, and tea. All at Hair Depot Plus. From wallets and watches to lawnmowers, weed whackers, chainsaws, cleaning products, luggage to toys, school supply, hair essentials galore, and more. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Head to the all-new Hair Depot Plus in the LMR Mini Mall.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Nonagenarian Cynthia Donaldson honored in a grand ceremony attended by the Prime Minister, cabinet members, family, friends, and supporters, all gathering to celebrate the remarkable legacy of a woman hailed as a freedom fighter. Ramiko Knowles reports.
It was a moment of pride and joy as well-wishers, family, friends, and supporters stood in unison to welcome 90-year-old Cynthia Donaldson, escorted by Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis.
Keep that round of applause going for our guest of honor, and our Honorable Prime Minister as they take the red carpet walk.
Members of Parliament joining the celebration, honoring the woman hailed as a freedom fighter. Throughout the evening, they shared heartfelt memories of her legacy and contributions.
Mrs. Donaldson, you have touched countless lives with your advocacy, kindness, and boundless spirit. As the first female minister for Grand Bahama, I am privileged to celebrate your legacy and your extraordinary life.
I want to, Prime Minister, thank her tonight. I think that before the year is over, it's our duty for someone to nominate her for a national honor for the stature which was brought to our country.
And I thank her. I thank her for being that towering figure in the lives of so many people on this island and in this country.
The event was filled with video tributes.
3 times a lady.
inspirational songs,
Words alone can catch a falling star.
and lively dancing, creating an atmosphere of appreciation. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis recognizing Cynthia Donaldson as a woman whose leadership is not defined by titles, but by efforts to improve the lives of others.
You believed in me when I needed it most, reminded me of my purpose, and encouraged me to always stand tall in service to our people. You are the best of us. On behalf of my wife, Anne-Marie, and my family, and everyone whose life you have touched, happy birthday.
The highlight of the evening came as Cynthia Donaldson cut her birthday cake. Grateful and visibly moved, she expressed her heartfelt thanks to everyone who gathered to celebrate the milestone with her.
I'm so thankful that you all came out. I'm humbled. In fact, I had to keep the tears from my eyes. I didn't imagine I had so many people who cared and would spend the time with me this evening. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me to enjoy my 90th birthday.
Surrounded by family and friends, Cynthia Donaldson celebrated her 90th birthday in grand style. It was a night of love, joy, and reflection on a life well lived. Happy 90th birthday. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Norris.
The Reach Out Youth Organization headed down to McLeanstown this past Saturday to be a blessing to the community. President of the organization, Dudley Sade, says that the organization distributed around 150 grocery packages, furniture, toys, food, and fun, while adding that they will be back again next year to spread joy after the Christmas holiday.
It was a joy on Saturday to partner along with Tipsy Sisters Restaurant to put smiles on the faces of the kids in McLeanstown. This is our 4th year that we decide after the Christmas holiday, just to come down there to be a blessing.
Dudley Sade adds that this was his way of showing that the community is not forgotten.
Purpose is to continue to remember those folks who got devastated from Hurricane Dorian. That Reach Out Youth Organization didn't forget them, and but they were happy. We brought about 30 volunteers down there. They had hot dog, bouncing castle, hamburger. So it was a wonderful evening.
And let's look at stories making news. Jay, I know you got big news for our baseball lovers.
Hey, baseball players has been excelling from Grand Bahama. Another baseball player headed to the pros.
Awesome. All right, sounds good. Sports is up next, but first a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
Attention pizza lovers. Are you hungry for an incredible deal? Pizza Hut Freeport has just what you need with our unbeatable Hut deal. Get a medium, 1-topping pizza, 5 seasoned breadsticks, and 2 refreshing 20-ounce sodas. All for just $15.30. The Hut deal is perfect for satisfying your craving without breaking the bank. Great taste, great value for just $15.30. Call Pizza Hut at 352-9191.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Welcome to the new era of home improvement. Third Dimension is back and better than ever. Discover our latest products and services designed to transform your space. From innovative designs to cutting-edge technology, we've got it all. Your dream space is just a call away. Our team is here and ready to serve you, making your experience better than ever. Visit us today on Yellow Pine Street and see why Third Dimension is your go-to for all things home improvement.
When rats are constantly terrorizing the masses, there's only one person who can stop them. After all, not even the strongest rat soldier can defeat the power of Budget Pest Control. With Budget, the toughest pest won't stand a chance. Call today at 351-7378.
Do It Center is having their end-of-month sale this Friday, January 31st from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. 20% off store-wide, 30% off Valspar paint, and 50% off light fixtures. Located in the Del's Auto Product Complex, formerly known as Gold Rock Corp. Call them at 350-2316.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Topping Sports in Baseball. Grand Bahamian Jalen Pinder on the weekend became the latest teenager to sign a professional baseball contract with a minor league organization. A 16-year-old outfield prospect signed with the Texas Rangers Baseball Club.
I am grateful to God for bringing me up, and I am encouraged everyone listening to me to stay true to your dreams. Work hard and have faith. God will take care of the rest once you keep him on your journey. My mom always reminded me that nothing worth having comes easily. And she is right. Mom, your belief in me has been my driving force, and together we would reach the top. I've always dreamed of signing with a major U.S. team, and I'm excited that the Texas Rangers made a dream a reality.
Switching gears now in sports, junior national track and field standout Zion Shepherd ran 47.67 on the weekend, competing at the Kitley High School Texas Tech Indoor Track Invitational. With over 400 athletes participating in the event, Zion time of 47.67 seconds was the second fastest time behind Jordan Higgs' 46.48 from Houston. From the track to the court, score some high school basketball games played on Saturday over at St. George's Gym. The Tabernacle Falcons won against St. George's 28-26 in under-17 boys play. Randy Miller led the Falcons with 12 points. Now in senior boys play, the Falcons again beat Jack Hayward Wildcats 45-18. Anthony Mizik had 13 points in the win. And finally, in sports scores from the Air 5-on-5 Flag Football League, Team Arsonists lost to No Mercy 6-44. Team Off the Bench won against Switcher 20-6. The Bulldogs pulled off a close one, 36-35, over the Wolves, and the Knights won against Cold Hearts 15-14. And that's a check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Do It Center is having their end-of-month sale this Friday, January 31st from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. 20% off store-wide, 30% off Valspar paint, and 50% off light fixtures. Located in the Del's Auto Product Complex, formerly known as Gold Rock Corp. Call them at 350-2316.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
Super Bowl Sunday just got even better.
Starting January 27, enter to win a 58-inch TV from Security Depot or a great game day pizza party for 8 courtesy of Cuba Libre and Angelo's Street Side Pizzeria.
2 enter to win to be one of 2 lucky winners of the Great Game Day giveaway.
WhatsApp a photo of a 2025 Cuba Libre purchase receipt to 557-3488 with your name and phone contact by Wednesday, February 5th.
Then, watch what's trending on February 6th to see if you're one of the lucky Great Game Day giveaway winners.
Number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thanks for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They're coming your way next.
Hey Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine room.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a local attorney looks to squash growing fears among Bahamians over the U.S. president's new immigration policies. Also, new Court of Appeal president takes the oath of office with lofty goals of reducing the backlog of cases, leading to increased public trust. And a primary revenue collector operating ahead of projections. Tune in to find out what those numbers look like. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Tonight, growing concerns from Bahamians living in the United States as the country's president, just days into his second term, moves swiftly to deport illegal migrants. A local attorney sitting down with our Devontae Hanna attempting to allay those fears as she notes an uptick in calls on the issue.
Tonight, families of Bahamians living in the United States are on edge as United States President Donald Trump rolls out his new strict immigration policies. Attorney Ramona Farquharson says here in the Bahamas, she's reporting that her law firm has seen an uptick in calls of this nature just a week after President Trump's inauguration.
We've had family members call and asking, and that's why I could speak, saying that they have, in fact, it has been an uptick in asking, Ms. Farquharson, I have a daughter or a son over there. What should we do?
Adding to the executive order signed on his first day in office, President Trump also taking a strong stance over the weekend on Colombia's refusal to accept repatriation flights, calling it a threat to U.S. national security. In a shocking move, he ordered to raise tariffs on goods coming from Colombia and even moving to revoke visas of Colombian government officials and imposing a travel ban on supporters of the Colombian government. It prompted the Latin American country's president to respond with increasing tariffs on American goods coming into the country. Now with the dust settled, those deportees are returning to their home country. Attorney Ferguson says for now, Bahamians need not to worry as they may not suffer the same fate.
President Trump, he said that their main focus at the moment would be on persons who have committed crimes, be it in their home country and or in the United States. And so I think that there's a level of comfort there for the most part.
But given the current climate, those in the United States who may be waiting for official documents or may be in country illegally, she gives this warning.
You may have to make very hard decisions because I wouldn't advise you staying there and waiting until you're picked up and then deported. You may voluntarily decide that, okay, I'm going to leave and then make arrangements and come back.
And if you find yourself in a difficult situation residing in the United States, Ferguson gives this piece of advice. She says, call your attorney, but ensure that you remain honest about your situation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Meantime, 1 week after Trump took office as President of the United States, the rest of the world, including the Bahamas, closely watches the impact some of the new Commander-in-Chief's policies will have on their nations and citizens. Now, apart from what you just heard on deportation, it's the sweeping executive order ending birthright citizenship. Some of you may have read or even heard that order is facing legal challenges in at least 24 states. It instructs agencies not to recognize citizenship for children born after February 19th of this year. Many now fear will leave their U.S. statuses in limbo. Well, Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, again addressing the issue, reminding Bahamians that the United States is a sovereign nation with the right to enact laws as it sees fit.
This is domestic policy of the United States. It's none of our business, right? So whatever they decide about their rules, they are our rules. We have a set of values ourselves, and remember that citizenship in our own country is not conferred by birth in the place.
We turn our attention now to the National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, who says the recent arrest and subsequent arraignment of alleged murderer and drug trafficker Donald Ferguson II, who's also named in a U.S. indictment for trafficking drugs into the U.S. along with several former high-ranking law enforcement officials, will not have any impact on either case against him here in the Bahamas or in the United States. Monroe also addressed whether Ferguson was charged in a Bahamian magistrate's court last Wednesday for the June 16, 2024 murder of 38-year-old father of two, Giovanni Roll, and several drug-related counts will be extradited to the United States.
So one would have to look at everything in the round. Sometimes, for instance, if he was wanted for murder in the U.S., and just drug trafficking here, we might determine that murder is the more serious offense and permit him to go there first. But they would first have to make a request for his extradition. Those proceedings can proceed even while the proceedings here proceed.
The minister also refuted claims that Ferguson's case was causing a delay with the U.S. case that involves, among others, former Chief Superintendent of Police Elvis Curtis, former Police Sergeant Prince Albert Simonet, and former Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker. The cases, Minister Monroe explains, are not connected. Well, at Mount Fitzwilliam this morning, a brief swearing-in ceremony for the man appointed the new president of the nation's highest court. Corval Byford reports on the new role for Justice Milton Evans.
Justice Milton Evans took the oath of office in a ceremony at Government House Monday that was almost as understated as he is.
In 1988, when I joined the legal fraternity, I didn't see this day.
On hand to witness this special moment for the newly appointed Court of Appeal president were members of his family, the Governor General, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingraham, members of the judiciary, legal fraternity, and others. Justice Evans has had a long and distinguished career. It's a career that he's very proud of, but he's equally proud of his family as well. Who better to explain what this day means for the Evans family than his three children, Nathan, Micah, and Mark?
For us, it's not a surprise because we know
what he is capable of and his work ethic. So overall, I'd say it was a joyous day.
He's a very big man in stature, but once you get to know him, he's very gentle-spirited, very caring and considerate. And so I think if there's anyone who deserves this position, who actually cares for the people, it would be him.
All in all, I'd say he's an amazing father, an amazing family man.
Justice Evans, who doesn't like the spotlight much, is humbled by the accolade.
I just try to live life simply, and just go about my business day by day. And, and I suppose that's why most persons probably know my name and don't know my face.
As for his plans in his new role at the court, Justice Evans, who has been on the High Court since 2019, says improving efficiency, ensuring attorneys are fully prepared for court, and reducing backlogs are his top priorities.
We can have a much even more swift process through the system. Right now, we're doing pretty good with that, but it can always be better, and so that's what I'm looking forward to see if we can fix those things, because we have a good cadre of judges at the Court of Appeal.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, seminars, lectures, and panel discussions marking Legal Week here in the Bahamas. Devontae Hanna is at the University of the Bahamas with what's in store this evening. Devontae?
Kushla, in a room crowded or filled with dozens of legal professionals and budding lawyers, the Prime Minister officially declared Legal Week here at the University of the Bahamas open. The theme for this week is Caribbean Legal Innovations, the future of law in the region, and it is expected to be one where these students will hear from professionals that are practicing every day from all different types of law. Now, joining me here to tell me all about this week is going to be the co-chair of Legal Week, Mr. Ashley Knowles, and the chair, Mr. Dominique Walker. Ashley, I want you to just tell us a little bit about what these budding professionals can expect for the remainder of the week.
Well, we're excited to introduce a plethora of exciting and dynamic topics. We're going to talk about tax reform. We're going to talk about human rights. We're going to talk about marital rape. We're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about the environment. And so people can expect almost any topic you can think about within the legal sphere we're going to cover this week.
This may be the best place to be if I wanted to get a good story for the week, eh?
I think so.
With Prime Minister Davis just wrapping up his opening remarks, and he was the keynote speaker for that first session tonight. He spoke a lot about innovation. He said that innovation is not optional for these budding lawyers. He said that it must come as naturally as breathing, and he spoke about the changes in the court system, given the fact that we had COVID-19 and all of the digital changes. But after he spoke, there's now a panel discussion that is talking about the future of law, millennial and Gen Z perspectives on legal innovation and reform. And then tonight is all about energy law. So right now, the Minister of Energy and Transport, the Honorable Joette Colby Davis, is standing by waiting for that discussion to begin. So we're going to stay here for the remainder of the night, and we may pop in, as I said, if you heard those topics, marital rape, tax reform, all that, we may want to talk about them and get some more information from them as well. Cannabis. So it's going to be a pretty eventful weekend, and we're going to stay here and try to bring as much as possible to you, our viewers. From the Harry Seymour Library, I'm Devontae Hanna. Back to you, Kushla.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Coming up, customs revenue ahead of projections. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
KFC Value Box for just $9.95. Crunch your KFC craving with a KFC Value Box for just $9.95. Get a piece of our golden fried chicken, crispy fries, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 juicy all-white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a sweet dessert biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda, all for just $9.95. Now that's a deal. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger-licking good.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
Chicken lovers, listen up. Popeyes is serving it up for you. Get 5 pieces of juicy, hand-battered, bone-in chicken for just $10. That's right, 5 pieces of Louisiana-style flavor, fried to golden, crispy perfection for only $10. But don't wait, this deal won't last forever. Head to your nearest Popeyes today and grab your 5-piece for just $10. Popeyes, where the chicken's always worth the hype. Available for a limited time only.
Check this out, you wanna know how I did this? Paper! You want fun? Fine.
Boy, all you need is 4 people to sign up and you straight pay cash.
I know, man. This sounds like a pyramid.
Yeah, to build your way to the top.
Like I say, the rectangle.
Sound like big money to me.
You all know scammers always try to promise you a quick and easy cash.
Paper, paper, paper.
Don't let them pressure you
No.
into giving them your money. Protect your hard-earned cash. Think twice before investing into these pyramid schemes which seem too good to be true. Visit scb.gov.bs to learn more ways to protect yourself from fraudsters and scammers. Watch your money.
This is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
Well, you're looking at a shot of Paradise Island moving back towards mainland New Providence. Welcome back. More than $250 million, the revenue the Bahamas Customs Department has pulled in just 62 days, putting it ahead of projections. And Customs Comptroller Ralph Monroe couldn't be more proud of his department's exceptional performance.
In December alone, we did 119 million, and in November, we did 136 million plus. And that is because of the work of our people throughout the country, not just here in New Providence. Every single port in the country have gone well and beyond the targeted projection that they had. And so they ought to be commended highly.
Well, Sunday recognized as International Customs Day. Speaking to the group, Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Alcides, said customs officers have much to look forward to in the coming weeks.
We have some issues that have been some what we call legacy issues, and some other issues that we are addressing. I think customs officers will be very pleased in the coming weeks to see that some of the issues that have been on their minds are being addressed. And all the other matters in terms of personnel matters, we are actively working through. So, again, we thank the department for their patience and their continued hard work, and we're committed to addressing all the outstanding issues.
Insurance, a multi-million-dollar business incorporating fintech and raw data to better service policymakers and holders. On the cusp of global changes, the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas launching a partnership with an esteemed UK university. Lloyd Allen has the details.
The Balmoral Club buzzing with excitement on Friday as the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, along with Cambridge University, announced the launch of a 6-week course, all designed to better equip stakeholders and industry experts with servicing an industry so critical to the Bahamas.
I've been in insurance now for 45 years, and the industry is changing.
Chairman of the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, Keith Major, like other industry professionals, feel the insurance sector is evolving. Data analytics, policy-flexible schemes, along with virtual innovation are but a few of the upgrades. For this reason, ICB, along with Cambridge University, have designed a Bahamas-specific course to equip practitioners.
When we're trying to get off the blacklist, there's certain scrutiny that happens, and courses like this and affiliations like this go in our favor.
The insurance tech course, according to ICB Superintendent Dana Gray, will further integrate fintech best practices.
We want to ensure that our professionals here within our financial service ecosystem is equipped with the tools, the knowledge, and the level of expertise in order to develop and further enhance our sector.
Cambridge facilitator Dr. D. Allen sees the program as an industry game changer.
It's the first of its kind. We're very excited about the course because it's the first time we're going to get a chance to really provide practical training and education for people in an industry.
UK-based Wavi is also linked with the training, with founder Richard Leftley convinced of its impact.
What we're going to be looking at is how we could use technology to really simplify insurance.
The program will be completed online and concludes in March. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Stay with us on The Beat is after the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Hi, I'm Kizzy Hanna, and I am the CEO of Nail Envy Salon Studio and Nail Envy Academy. My business offers education for beginner level, intermediate, and advanced level nail classes for those persons who would like to become nail technicians and continue that education for those persons that are in the professional atmosphere already. So our curriculum has already been vetted and approved by the National Accreditation and Equivalency Council of the Bahamas. What distinguishes Nail Envy Academy from the competitors, we are really focused on relaying our information in a proper and conducive environment, making sure that our students are getting that one-on-one attention that is needed to be able to send them out into the field and be able to be successful in their occupation. I am so passionate about what I do because I want young women to know that not everyone has to have tertiary education. You can throw your whole self at something and bring a difference to your industry.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
There are numbers to prove it. Youth in foster care systems are a highly traumatized population, with 90% of them experiencing life-changing trauma at least once in their lives. A well-known local psychiatrist recently partnered with a team of other Bahamian entrepreneurs to provide these kids with the necessary coping mechanisms. Our Daniel Dean has the story.
Toys like Barbie dolls and monster trucks are pretty cool. But when it comes to children from homes like the Ranfurly Home for Children, they need gifts that help to nurture their mental and emotional well-being as well.
Life is tough enough as it is, just for any ordinary citizen. But when you may not actually have close family or parents to help to guide you and support you, or extended family members, it becomes significantly more difficult.
Bahamian psychiatrist Dr. John Dillett sharing this chilling statistic.
Persons who are in foster care may be up to 10 times more likely to develop certain mental health disorders. They need help year-round.
With this in mind, Dillett and a team of concerned citizens provided a care package comprising his newly written emotional health workbook, notepads and pens, even gift certificates to Bahamian Mexican fusion restaurant Mexicaba, as they acknowledge nutrition and physical health are equally important components.
We've decided to come together, Mexicaba, Kiki Rackus Properties, and myself, Dr. John Dillett.
Very, very happy to see that we're going to be a part of a healthy, balanced diet for the kids.
They say he who feels it knows it. That statement reigns true for Ranfurly brand ambassador Berniska Bullard, who herself is a product of the home.
I grew up here from the age of 12 years old. All of our kids that are on the property are here because of some mishap or unfortunate circumstances, whether that is abuse, abandonment, they may have had financial issues within the family. So all of our children need mental health care, counseling, and we do emphasize the emotional well-being of our children.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, certainly a reminder that it does take a village. Well, LaDawn, and only LaDawn, joins us live to give us a sneak peek of Access Now. How goes it?
Because I'm riding solo, but let me tell you, the farm on Marshall Road, the Boatman concert is expected this coming Saturday. I'm sure you're excited. You're going, right?
I am.
Yes. So we'll all be there this coming Saturday. Yes.
Well, stay with us. The National Report returns after this break.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Hello?
You guys had anything to eat as yet? Y'all know Christmas just gone and things are rough.
All right, but y'all let me working all day, but what we gonna eat?
If we was by the mall, we could go by Wendy's and get the Dave's special for $5.
Yeah, but you do know that the Dave's deal is now actually nationwide, right?
Wait, let's go. Cable Beach right there.
Let's go.
All right.
Well, what you doing here?
I dig in the well to connect to the house they're building for me and Mavis.
Why you just don't call water and sewage?
Call them for what?
To get your city water. You don't have to worry about your water cutting off when the power cut off. And your water's clean and safe, free from coliform bacteria.
Cauliflower what?
Call us at 302-5500 to make the switch from well water to city water for a more fresh, reliable water supply for you and your family.
With a generous donation to support Junior Junkanoo, Scotiabank is once again showing its commitment to keeping the spirit of Junkanoo alive and thriving in Bahamian schools. Our West Calix Forbes was at the first stop of Scotiabank's Junkanoo tour.
Scotiabank kicked off the Junior Junkanoo season with a bang at CH Reef, where they combined the cultural education with the financial education.
Life at Key International School, St. John's College, Eva Hilton Primary, and C.I. Gibson are next on the agenda. Scotiabank Sale and Service Support Manager Jason Ferguson boasted that the bank's officials are excited to celebrate the future Junkanooers.
We added more schools because we wanted to share the love and share the fun. Junkanoo is such an important part of our culture. We wanted to make sure to get as many participants in as many schools as possible so that we can actually pour into our future Junkanooers. The cultural impact of what we want to do, right? Actually investing into the future. Not only investing from the cultural aspect, but actually talking to our students or our future Bahamian Junkanooers about financial literacy.
Thompson Boulevard branch manager shared a powerful message focused on the value of saving money, urging students to start thinking about their future now. The message was simple yet vital.
At Scotiabank, we have a special account just for you. Scotiabank, we have a junior savings account just for you, right? So you can prepare, you can save towards your short-term goals, long-term goals, whatever. You may have a vacation that you want to save for with your family come in August. You may have that new brand phone, a new computer, a new tablet that you want to save. But it all comes with setting goals, setting targets, and prepare for those things. So at school, go.
The excitement continued when host none other than Das Quay took the stage with his high-energy antics that had the students laughing, dancing, and grooving. A former Junior Junkanoo participant who is now in the big leagues shares his excitement for the donation.
Being a part of Junior Junkanoo myself over the years when I was younger, it's a real great opportunity for us to express ourselves as youngsters, and hopefully the children enjoy themselves when they hit the Bay Street with this new donation that they received today.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Collix Forbes.
Good job there, Wes. And that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Bahamas, are you ready? 2025! Keep the vibe alive, music on present. KB. Why you don't know me yet? KB and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you Rankin Scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture.
With Collect.
KB and Friends in concert, the Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends. Your Saturday, Sweet Emily, Blanc, Gino D, Colin McDonald, Irish Store in the Spank Man, the Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D, Shine, 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack. Low location, General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the vibe alive.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the groundbreaking for the Ocean Club's Four Seasons Residences Bahamas, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, shared his anticipation for the future of this $300 million luxury residential development.
This multi-million-dollar development is extra special because it marks the 60th anniversary, I'm told, of the Ocean Club, the Four Seasons Resort here on Paradise Island. This project is testament to the long-lasting and mutually beneficial relationship between the government of the Bahamas and the Ocean Club. The residences, once built, will attract international luxury homeowners and contribute to our sustained economic growth. This development will create almost 1,000 jobs during construction and 200 permanent jobs when completed. And over the next 20 years, if you've heard, it is projected to bring more than $700 million of economic benefit into the economy, boosting our GDP and building a stronger future for all Bahamians. Four Seasons Residences Bahamas will also celebrate the unique beauty of the culture of the Bahamas. With 67 residences with stunning ocean views, it will blend luxury with our rich Bahamian art, music, and cuisine. It will be a perfect mix of elegance and heritage. Four Seasons Residences Bahamas will offer the best of both worlds, luxury living and home ownership in the top destination in the Caribbean. And therefore we are extremely excited for the journey ahead as we shape a future full of pride, prosperity, and endless possibilities.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Red Machine holding a Thanksgiving service today. Details are on the way. Plus, it's time for the Bahamas Culinary Competition. Just 2 days will emerge as the winner. Plus, the KB and Friends concert coming up this weekend. Stay close for that. And coming up in sports, hurdler Denisha Cartwright takes the world lead.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. I'm LaDon Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. We here at Access Now would like to congratulate the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles who are headed to the Super Bowl 59. May the best team win. We are rooting for you on this side. Let's get right into the news, shall we? St. Augustine's College is celebrating 80 years of powering success through excellence, and today the school held a special convocation to commemorate this historic occasion. The school was founded in January 1945 by the Very Reverend Frederick Frey, Catholic prior of the Bahamas. It transformed from an all-boys school with 35 students to a co-instructional high school with girls, boys, and Today, dozens of students from around the Bahamas donned their aprons, dove into the art of Bahamian cuisine held at Choices Restaurant at the University of the Bahamas. Students and their teachers prepared for the upcoming Bahamas Culinary Competition with a conference under the theme Savoring Tradition, Shaping Tomorrow, Bahamian Culinary Heritage for a Sustainable Growth. Former president of the Bahamas Culinary Association, Michael Adderley, spoke on his past experience.
The last 2 years, we got some amazing products that were produced from Andros, Freeport, Eleuthera, Long Island, Exuma, Anagua. It shocked us.
Students today also learned how sustainable practices can shape the Bahamian cuisine. Aligning with this year's theme, Alicia Johnson Maycock, teacher and coach at Huntley Christie High School, shared that the competition is not just about the food, but also what students can gain from the experience.
All of the students to have the exposure, stay positive, collaborate with chefs that are here, introduce themselves to other students around the islands of the Bahamas. Networking is very important. So the mindset is to go in there, be positive, do the best that you can, and connect future opportunities that may be out there for you.
Bahamian artist Kirkland Bodie, also known as KB, invites everyone out to his headline concert this Saturday, noting he and other Bahamian performers are excited about the night dedicated to Bahamian music, especially after pouring lots of hard work and money into the event.
Well, February 1st at the Farm Marshall Road. It's going to be KB and Friends 2025. It's going to be a plethora of artists going to be out there. Gino D, Sweet Emily, RV, Shine 242, the Falcons, Iris Store, among which Fran Sean, so many to even call off. It's going to be an excellent show. The gates are going to open at 7 o'clock. 9 o'clock, the show starts promptly. With the whole Keep the Vibe Alive music group, they start shows on time, so you got to be there if you want to catch the whole show.
Now, we took the opportunity to ask KB, being a staple figure in Bahamian music, his thoughts on the pushback by the United Artists Bahamas Union on Jamaican artists and performer Vibes Cartel's tentative March concert here in the Bahamas.
As a country, as a government, we align ourselves with corporations. We can align ourselves with all kind of other governments around the world that we can co-op, do program exchanges, and get into these other territories. We don't do it. We don't do it enough for our artists. So that's not on Vibes. His people are doing it. They're doing what they need to do. That's why he is here. You know, you have a lot of Jamaicans. You have Jamaican influence here in this country because, of course, we came from go through the ranks of Jamaican artists that we love. And so when you come here, you can expect that those artists are going to come here.
And still to come, Genovia Fraser joins us tonight, an amazing young entrepreneur. Keep it locked to hear her story.
Cabbage, bok choy, carrots, green onions, lettuce, bananas, and so much more adorn the garden of Stapleton School, cultivated by its students.
They develop different skills, like how to plant in, how to identify different plants, how to identify different seeds, how to apply organic matter, because here in our garden, all the product is from healthy. It's healthy, and we don't use any chemical fertilizer.
This program, the purpose of this is to prepare them for the job market out there. The agriculture is a pre-vocational skill, and with this skill, they not only learn the skills of planting and weeding and so forth, the skills that they learn here is also transferable. So the thing is, in this program, the students get to, say, for instance, time. They learn time management because they have to be in the garden at a certain time. On the job, they need to be on the job at a certain time. They also learn how to work together as a team.
And of course, the wider community benefits.
We sell produce, a whole lot. Bok choy, kale, banana, papaya. We sell a whole lot here. So, and lettuce. So, we also sell to the public. We sell to the teachers, to the parents. So the word is somewhat out there that Stapleton School has a garden program going on.
Well, don't let me buy up all of the produce. Come get yours. For Ed Talk, I'm Madama Williams.
Mini pancake mixes, 32 ounces, $4.99. Seabass chunk tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.89. First pork picnics, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg lettuce, $1.99 each. Crisp tomatoes, $1.99 per pound. Every time you shop, you can save at super value and quality supermarkets.
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also get people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back. You're looking at a live shot of the Fusion Superplex building out there on John F. Kennedy Drive in Gladstone Road. That is being shot by our drone pilot, Destiny Reed. While Destiny is out there flying high, let's take a flight down to Exuma. Education Officer in Exuma, Don Barr, argues that Family Island students can match up toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder with any student in the Bahamas. All it takes is guidance from those charged with educating them, paired with their commitment. Barr brags of a former student who now attends an Ivy League college, adding his success is indicative of the talent and capabilities these students have.
Very campus on which we are standing, we have our very own Harvard student, who, Mr. Pablo Smith. He is also a public school scholar. He is doing very well, and we expect great things from him, as well as many of our other students who will continue to do the same.
He and his colleague David King acknowledged not every student is similarly academically inclined, noting the importance also creating space for those that aren't. With their after-school program, they aim to foster the development of students and teach them soft and art skills. The school is set to host an art exhibition on the 10th of February.
Promote and view and support the students as they exercise their creative ability.
Joining us tonight is Genovia Fraser, a young entrepreneur and the owner of iCart, a business we are going to find out about right now. Giovanna, welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Thank you for having me, LaDawn.
I think I got your name right?
It's Genovia, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how long have you been in business and what has business been like for you so far?
We've been in business for 2 years, and initially, of course, it was difficult starting. But after we passed the initial phases, then we went from being an at-home based business to actual having a physical storefront, which was difficult to start as well too.
So how has business been like for you since you've moved into your storefront?
It's been good. It's been what I would say shocking experience for me, because I've never had a business prior to iCard, and it was definitely a learning experience, especially when we started building the shop, because we had to tear it down and build it all up from the beginning up.
So we all want to know, what does iCard sell?
So iCard, we are an electronic company, and we sell all things electronic as well as some home safety items. So as you see here, we have the demonstration of some of our products, which would be the gaming products as well as the phone products. And then we have some accessories as well. So I would say that here at iCard, we do it all.
So are you going to be expanding in the future, perhaps, or at some point?
Yes, we do hope to expand. Actually, right now, we are in the process of expanding iCard. We are launching a repair side of iCard, which means we will be repairing all technological devices, all electronic devices. As well, we look to expand our unlocking services, as well as just providing more things for Bahamians entirely.
I know iCard is only 2 years old, perhaps.
Yes,
2 years old.
2 years
so
old.
tell me, what are your plans, I guess, for iCard in the next 5 years, perhaps?
In the next 5 years, I would say that it won't just be iCard. It would be iCard Bahamas, because we will be in every island, and that is the major goal for us within the next 5 years, to get a storefront on every island to just help Bahamians access products easier.
So what do you want to say to young, I guess, entrepreneurs like yourself who are thinking about starting a business but don't know the channels or how to get there?
I would say trust your instinct. If you are told that your dream isn't what it's supposed to be, always trust your gut and make sure to stay dedicated and don't let anybody tear you down.
All right, Javonia Frazier, thank you so much for joining us here on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, and all the best to you and your team with your iCard business.
Thank you.
Let's see what's coming up in sports.
Anisha Cartwright storming to a new world lead. Details of that story coming up in sports.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC, wherever your journey takes you.
The Whopper with cheese never tasted so good. 100% flame grilled beef, now juicier. With fresh ingredients as usual. And even fluffier buns. The Whopper with cheese. Bigger, better, tastier. Get a regular combo for only $9. Only at Burger King Nassau.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We love to brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. These 14s get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports from over the weekend. A monumental performance from Bahamian hurdler Denisha Cartwright in her first professional race at the Larry Wozniak Invitational in the women's 60-meter hurdles. She would run a 7.78 race to a new personal best and a new world lead. She would tie Masai Russell's previous world lead of 7.86 in the semis before furthering the mark in the finals. Cartwright, of course, representing the Bahamas in the women's 100-meter hurdles last year at the Olympic Games in Paris. She took to her Instagram to celebrate the post, saying a season opener was a success, to say the least. All glory to God at all times, truly blessed. Only the start of an amazing season to come. Congrats to Denisha on the new world lead. An active January continues for local baseball talent Jalen Pinder, becoming the latest teenager to ink a minor league deal. Pinder, a 16-year-old infield prospect out of the International Elite Sports Academy, signed with the Texas Rangers as a part of their 2025 class over the weekend. The Bahamian moved to Nassau at the age of 11 with his mom to help reach his professional baseball dream. Is now one step closer to making that a reality.
Moving away from home is not easy, but I understand the sacrifice to make a good future in baseball. I've always worked hard, and Coach John made sure my summer camp experiences added value to my commitment and journey. In the words of my favorite baseball players, Ronald Acuna Jr., every game is an opportunity to create a masterpiece on the field. While I faced frustration, doubt, my mom always reminded me that nothing worth having comes easily. And she is right. Mom, your belief in me has been my driving force, and together we would reach the top.
That sets an example to the community, to the people in the Bahamas, of how much the Texas Rangers really believe in this country. We will continue to invest in this market. We will continue to invest in this country. And this is a message for all the Bahamian athletes out there. The Texas Rangers are the place for you. We really believe in you. We believe in your country, and we invest in your country. You want to be a Texas Ranger at the end of the day.
That's my look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return.
At Cartwright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Cartwright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Cartwright, where membership truly has its privileges.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this
bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Super Bowl Sunday just got even better.
Starting January 27, enter to win a 8-inch TV from Security Depot or a game day pizza party for 8 courtesy of Cuba Libre and Angelo's Street Side Pizzeria.
2, enter to win to be one of 2 lucky winners of the Great Game Day giveaway.
WhatsApp a photo of a 2025 Cuba Libre purchase receipt to 557-3488 with your name and phone contact by Wednesday, February 5th.
Then, watch what's trending on February 6th to see if you're one of the lucky Great Game Day giveaway winners.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and we had some late afternoon sprinkles, which has dissipated, and that will give rise to clearing skies later on tonight. And that cold Arctic air mass, which brought temperatures, record-breaking temperatures as far south as northern Florida, that will be replaced by a more modest air mass over the weekend. So we'll see some warmer temperatures as we get past Sunday. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern islands tonight, light and variable winds. 1 to 3 feet will be those wave heights, low tide taking place at 15 minutes past midnight. And for the central and southeastern islands, the winds will be northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, in the northwest and central islands, the winds become northerly at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide will occur at 6:44 in the morning with a low tide at 1:13 in the afternoon. And for the southeastern islands on Tuesday, a more southeast flow at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Middle of the week, Wednesday, the winds in the northwest and central islands will become easterly at 10 to 15 knots. So this is when we'll start to see some warmer temperatures. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now your high tide takes place at 7:28 in the morning with a low tide at 1:55 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas, that northeast to east winds will continue, but we'll see an increase in those winds, becoming 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights building 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags will go in place for boaters in the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Insurance.
You'll never see him barking if the car ain't moving. You'll never see people talking about you if you ain't going nowhere. But when you're trying to excel yourself, they got your name everywhere. Because dogs don't bark at Barker.
From the news for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Insurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn.
Thanks, Basil. Looks like the world is experiencing low temperatures, and I'm totally enjoying it. And speaking of enjoying it, here's something else that I enjoy. Let's talk socials with Matea Cunningham.
Good Monday evening, everyone, and thanks so much for tuning into the digital social media hub to remain in the know. I'm Matea, and this is Let's Talk Socials. Today, we're talking about a specific news station that garnered the entire country's attention with their music video drop. That's right, we're talking about the Zephyr Nassau Sunshine. Last weekend, ZNS Digital covered Glorilla's song, What You Know About Me, but made it ZNS themed. We aim to inform our audience about the history and aims of the corporation by using a trendy song and medium to remain entertaining and engaging. The final product? Take a look.
Yeah, we the BCB, see us on TV, and that Z stand for Zephyr, but just call us Big Z. We're here to inform, educate, and entertain. Yeah, that's our mandate, and we gon' do it every day. From 1937 up until this day, we've been on the airwaves, and you know we here to stay. Radio and news, TV, community page, digital, man, we cover everything. We cover every island. And all the keys, broadcasting everywhere, so everyone can see. We the people station, that's why all eyes on Z. And you could search us up, we're part of history. It's given only the sun. It's given only the sun. It's given only the sun. It's given only the sun.
Well, I'll tell you what I think. It's giving only the sun. I'm Matea, and this has been Let's Talk Social.
It's given only the sun. I love it. Thanks, Matea. We surely enjoyed your segment as usual. Before we go, though, we want to go back to a story we promised you earlier, celebrating 80 years, St. Augustine's College. Let's take a look.
With the motto, "The Lord is my light," St. Augustine's College stands as a beacon in the East, one that has spread throughout the world by producing top students who often go on to become leaders.
It was an act of priestly mission, of God's grace, and of human charity, which has yielded an amazing arithmetic. Over the past 80 years, 35 has multiplied into thousands. Alumni of St. Augustine's College have gone on to contribute valuable knowledge, skills, and accomplishments, and values in every area of Bahamian social and economic life.
As school administration, teachers, students, alumni, and guests gathered to give thanks and praise for 80 years, there were songs of praise, and words of upliftment.
Special emphasis will be given to the development of a thorough Christian character.
And sentiments from SAC alumni.
Be careful of the company you keep, because my friends having fun, and when I repeat it was just me by myself. And so take advantage of the opportunities you have, students.
So that you could put a soccer in Indonesia, and they may just end up as the prime minister. You could send a soccer to Jamaica, and they'll give Andrew Holness a run for his money. Yeah, because soccer's are leaders.
You let them know that you come from one of the best schools in the world. And young people, always remember, it's SAC today. It is SAC tomorrow. It is SAC forever.
They shut it down now. Oh yeah, put that pressure on my pen and let me hear you say, Sarkos!
A lot has been said about the level of pride and camaraderie that exists with St. Augustine's College students. But we learned today that it's built on 80 years of Catholic values, academic excellence, and Bahamian pride. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Davil.
Thanks a lot, Felicity. And just like that, it's a wrap for Access Now tonight. Stay tuned, though, for the rundown with Clint Watson. Good night, everybody.
It's a joy, to help someone who is in need,
I'm proud to know that we are able to accommodate them with a hot meal, fresh meal, and a well-balanced meal.
a lot of our clients, as you know, it's in the inner city and persons who really and so much have lost their jobs. And for whatever reason, 2 months, 3 months, they really don't have anything. You know, you have to have some kind of kindness to do this.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's great to have all of you with us again for another week. Well, tonight, growing concern from Bahamians living in the United States as the country's president, just days into his second term, moves swiftly to deport illegal immigrants, legal migrants, that is. Now, a local attorney sitting down with our Devontae Hannah, attempting to allay those fears as she notes an uptick in calls on the issue. Take a look at this story.
Tonight, families of Bahamians living in the United States are on edge as United States President Donald Trump rolls out his new strict immigration policies. Attorney Ramona Farquharson says here in the Bahamas, she's reporting that her law firm has seen an uptick in calls of this nature just a week after President Trump's inauguration.
We've had family members call and asking, and that's why I could speak, saying that they have, in fact, it has been an uptick in asking, Ms. Farquharson, I have a daughter or a son over there. What should we do?
Adding to the executive order signed on his first day in office, President Trump also taking a strong stance over the weekend on Colombia's refusal to accept repatriation flights, calling it a threat to U.S. national security. In a shocking move, he ordered to raise tariffs on goods coming from Colombia and even moving to revoke visas of Colombian government officials and imposing a travel ban on supporters of the Colombian government. It prompted the Latin American country's president to respond with increasing tariffs on American goods coming into the country. Now with the dust settled, those deportees are returning to their home country. Attorney Farquharson says, for now, Bahamians need not to worry as they may not suffer the same fate.
President Trump, he said that their main focus at the moment would be on persons who have committed crimes, be it in their home country and or in the United States. And so I think that there's a level of comfort there for the most part.
But given the current climate, those in the United States who may be waiting for official documents or may be in country illegally, she gives this warning.
You may have to make very hard decisions because I wouldn't advise you staying there and waiting until you're picked up and then deported. You may voluntarily decide that, okay, I'm going to leave and then make arrangements and come back.
And if you find yourself in a difficult situation residing in the United States, Farquharson gives this piece of advice. She says, call your attorney, but ensure that you remain honest about your situation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hannah.
Thanks a lot, Devontae. Now, understand what that means, right? Because we understand from the very beginning that this crackdown on migration in the United States is meant to be targeted to those who are illegal in the United States who have criminal records. That's initially what U.S. President Trump said. But as we've been learning through the media, that's not who's being caught up in this raid. Who's being caught up in this raid are sometimes regular persons waiting to be regularized without criminal records. We heard one person said, I didn't have a traffic ticket yet, they're taking me. And then we even saw some Americans taken into custody because they just simply didn't look American, whatever that means. And so it's targeting pretty much anyone. And so Ramona Farquharson is probably correct there when she said, listen, if you have any reservations, then you may want to do the next best thing. And she didn't say what that was, but I'll interpret it for you. Go home. Come back home to the Bahamas, sort your papers out, and then go back. Because the worst thing Bahamians want to have happen is you get in trouble, they cancel your visa, or they put you in the system, and then you can't go back to Miami to shop. You can't go to Houston to get your special shots. You can't go to Chicago for that special surgery. Whatever it is that you need to do, you need to make sure that your affairs are in order, because at the end of the day, President Trump is looking out for his people and the United States. Just as Bahamians want Prime Minister Davis to look out for Bahamians and the Bahamas, right? We argue all the time that if you're illegal in the Bahamas, you need to come out here and go home. We say it all the time. Well, now, doesn't feel too good, does it? Because just as we want those here to be regularized and legal who will live here and not be here unregulated, so is what the United States is doing now in their hometown. They're trying to clean it up. Well, 1 week after Trump took office as president of the United States, the rest of the world, including the Bahamas, closely watching the impacts of some of the new commander-in-chief policies. Yes, there's been many. He's only been in office a week, but it feels like 6 months, all right? And apart from what we just talked about with the citizenship, one of the other reasons that they're dealing with things is, of course, the executive order ending birthright citizenship. Now, some of you may have read or heard, even though that order is facing legal challenges in at least 24 states, it instructs agencies not to recognize citizenship for children born after February 19th. You got till February 19th of this year. Many now fear it will leave their U.S. statuses in limbo. It will. Well, Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, again addressing this issue, reminding Bahamians that the United States is a sovereign nation with the right to enact laws as it sees fit. Take a look.
This is domestic policy of the United States. It's none of our business, right? You know, so whatever they decide about their rules, they are our rules. We have a set of values ourselves, and remember that citizenship in our own country is not conferred by birth in the place.
Now, there may also be some impact for acquiring U.S. visas. Y'all listen up, because y'all get nervous when they talk about visas. Minister Mitchell says those who take advantage of the American welfare system and abscond on hospital bills in the U.S. may find themselves restricted from receiving visas.
And that prevents the person, my understanding is, I'm advised, from getting a visa if you use the U.S. welfare system to go back to travel to the States. Also, if you don't pay the hospital bill, many people have absconded, not paid the hospital bills in the States, you again will be disqualified from getting a visa to enter the U.S. That is my advice and understanding.
All right, you heard it from the Foreign Affairs Minister. If you don't want to jeopardize your visa, then, you know, that practice or that little emergency trip that you go to the U.S. and then you find yourselves, for some reason, going into labor and having a baby, will not guarantee you citizenship, and can possibly, if you don't pay that bill, if you don't follow the rules, can cause you to not have your visa or get your visa. America is cracking down. Now, I keep saying these serious implications to the Bahamas. There's another big issue that we're going to talk about another day, and that is the fact that we were one of the countries that were asked to accept these migrants. We said no, yay. But will America accept no? We saw what happened when there was some issue with Colombia this week. Colombia said, we don't like how you're doing it. Not in those warplanes, and you're handcuffing our people. We're not going to accept them. And then there was negotiations, and then Colombia sent their jet, and they agreed to accept those people. That tells you that at the end of the day, if America wants what America wants, you will have to give in to it. And that raises the question, will the Bahamas be asked to give in? And if we say no continuously, will they squeeze us? And what are the repercussions of a squeeze from the United States? We don't grow anything here enough to feed us. We import. Could they put taxes on our importations? Could they address pre-clearance, which is one of our benefits of being here in the Bahamas? Can they start cracking down on not issuing visas? These are real questions that we have to ask because they impact our life. America is our biggest trading partner. These are all the issues we're going to discuss. You see, brings me to another point, because I'm done with that part. See, the issues coming out of just the first week of Trump's presidency will impact Bahamians. It is these stories that the national network sought to highlight and provide information for our people. Now, it was the premise why ZNS accepted an invitation to go to Washington. This show aired live last Monday and Tuesday from Washington. to discuss these issues. And I must commend our team here at ZNS for an excellent job executing the assignment. Unfortunately, as has been the case on far too many occasions, this visit was made political from even the halls of Parliament. Member of the opposition got up and questioned whether this trip cost $200,000. He didn't end there. He went on to make fun of the assignment, questioning that we would spend this money pretty much to do a Zoom call. It was a slap in the face to the hardworking professionals here at the Broadcasting Corporation. Here are the facts. The trip cost nowhere near $200,000. In fact, the corporation's travel for last year doesn't even amount to $200,000. This trip cost $20,000 for a news reporter and cameraman, the host of The Rundown, that was me, producer, engineer, editor, and director. That's correct. A production team of 3 and 2 other support staff who dealt with logistics and transportation. We paid for it with money brought in by sponsors to the tune of $32,500. Now, if you do your math, that means the corporation made a revenue covering this assignment. I was there because I host this show. This show was invited to broadcast from Washington for 2 nights. Our coverage included interviews from former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development in Trump's first cabinet, Dr. Ben Carson, South Carolina Democratic Senator Kent Williams, media mogul Armstrong Williams, our ambassador to the USA, Wendell Jones, our ambassador to the Organization of American States, Chet Nemore, and Congresswoman Maxine Waters, all of whom respected ZNS's presence and mandate enough to consent to speak with us exclusively. Anything contrary to the fact is simply political mischief or personal agendas. Most of the time, I usually ignore the rhetoric, and I don't answer it. I realize it comes with the territory. But one thing I will not stay silent on is people who choose to discredit the hardworking Bahamians that make up this corporation and the sacrifices and dedication they put forward regularly to take this place to new levels. You do not get to insult them or minimize what they do. I will defend them. Special thanks to our ministry who extended the invitation and made the connections. Our board, led by our chairman, for allowing us to take on this assignment. See, at the end of the day, I recognize that when you are doing something and going somewhere, people will seek to criticize, pull down, and make up lies. I understand that. And that's why in leadership, it becomes oftentimes very lonely. But if you are sworn to lead people to places they've never gone before, there will be opposition. If you are taking and transforming legacy institutions that have struggled to a new place of success, you will be criticized. They will call you out and they will talk about you. But make no mistake about it, ZNS will continue to move forward and fulfill our mandate. I'm done with that. When we come back tonight, we're talking about an institution that is helping our society, particularly social ills and crime, urban renewal. We're going to delve into what they are doing and whether these programs are working. It's a conversation you want to be a part of, and it begins right after the break. You're watching The Rundown. We're back after this.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this brings great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
In 2023, over 9 million visitors came to the Bahamas, the region's leading tourism destination. That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Paradise is not only found in Nassau, but throughout our 16 island destinations.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Over 400,000 Bahamians depend on our tourism-driven economy.
That is why tourism is everyone's business. It's the passing on of our traditions and our cultural heritage to the next generation.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Tourism is everyone's business.
From the straw we plant, to exploring our Bahama blues, to experiencing the greatest show on earth. No matter who you are, we all have a part to play in our tourism industry.
This is our country.
These are our islands.
This is our home.
That's why tourism
is everyone's business.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome back to the Rundown. A special good night to all of you who are joining us in the online and our platforms, social media, of course, Facebook, in the Lion's Den. And then those of you watching on YouTube, it's good to have all of you with us. Tonight, the spotlight is on urban renewal. It's been hailed as a vital community program to address social and criminal ills in our society. But over the years and various administrations, it's changed, and some believe the impact also changes. Joining me in the first segment tonight is the co-chairs of urban renewal, the Right Honorable Algernon Allen and Reverend Diana Francis. Both of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
And of course, I must apologize. I had to do some housekeeping before the break. I had to do that. That was necessary. My apologies.
Well, let me add my support to your position.
Thank you.
It would be so sad if, as you seek to expand the breadth and the impact of the station, that your efforts are demonized and propagandized. That would be a very sad thing, and you must not allow that to happen.
Thank you.
So what you did was right.
Thank you.
Tonight. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Urban renewal has been a vital part of our society. Those of us who've covered it over the years, we've seen people and we've heard their stories. I'll say it again. We've heard their stories, which is what tells me that there is a degree that it works. But it's been challenged in so many areas. Talk about urban renewal under your leadership. What is the focus? What is the aim? How is it going?
Well, let us begin with the brief history of urban renewal. It has been toyed about, played with by successive governments. And sometimes many people wonder, well, exactly what is it? Well, thanks to the position taken by the Honorable Keith Bell and the authority which he has put in place through legislation in Parliament, we can now say this is urban renewal. We have an urban renewal authority. We have a position which is structured and which will inure to the benefit of generations of Bahamians. And so, on the first note, we congratulate Keith Bell for his efforts. And his efforts, I tell you, Brother Watson, were exceptional in that regard. And to that extent. But what we have done, we have defined it. We have put it in a legal framework and structure. We have populated it. And we are going to see what will be one of the most significant social experiments in the history of our beloved country. The transformation of communities, the transformation of individuals within that community, the little darlings, the precious pearls, part and parcel of a community, and the building of our traditional communities so that they impact positively the growth of community spiritness, the decline of criminal activities, and at the end of the day, a better Bahamas.
Reverend Francis, just bring you in the conversation because you're no stranger to working with communities, no stranger to working with young people. You're in the community, your church is in the communities. What are you hoping as co-chair to see happen, and what is happening with urban renewal?
As stated by, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here again.
Our pleasure.
As stated by Co-Chair Allen, urban renewal has now become an authority, which means that it cannot be manipulated or changed by a change of government.
Let's say it again, because people don't maybe say, well, yeah, Parliament always changing, putting these acts in place. That is important because too many times, based on administrations, it either gets the emphasis or the focus or it doesn't. This act of making it an authority makes it a permanent institution that cannot be pulled out or tossed aside, but has a specific function.
Correct. So if there's a level of success that it would make, initially, urban renewal had a tremendous degree of success.
Yes.
Large bands, great impact in the community, life change, and when successive governments kick in, you have the squashing of a program.
Right.
And so the authority now gives urban renewal the opportunity to have continuity through successive governments. And so we're looking forward to life change, great impacts, great bands, community-based programming, teaching parenting skills, helping persons teenagers to help them not to become pregnant, and all of these kind of things, reading programs, to aid food banks in order to alleviate poverty. And so we're looking forward to great things.
That outlast administrations.
Yes.
Why is this important? You're in the community. Why is this important?
There's so many people who are hurting in the community, so many people who are hungry, so many people challenged by poverty on great levels, and we really need all hands on deck. Government and its resources are necessary, and some of these resources are expended, so we need to be able to impact the community, change lives, help people, and to lift the dignity of individuals, to cause their heads to be lifted up, to make people feel like they're somebody, and that's the idea of what we want to do in urban renewal, particularly for those in inner city communities who are so deeply challenged.
Mr. Allen, you served at one point as Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. You were very deeply involved in transformation for the youth and for the elderly. Are we seeing continuity and continuance with governments in these programs, or are we seeing one program starts, years later it stops, another program starts, years later it stops? So we're not seeing the kind of progress that we possibly could have seen had there been continuity.
Well, the authority represents the end of that process. The authority represents the beginning of a new story, a new entity that will cause the coming together of all of these efforts. The authority, as you're aware, Mother Pratt and I served as co-chairs under the Christie administration. I'm so pleased to be co-chair with the Reverend Diana because she brings that spirituality and that enthusiasm that Mother brought to the process. But what we now have is the recognition by the government, by the people of the Bahamas, that this urban renewal is here to stay, and that is not to be tampered about. It's not to be some political football.
Right.
As governments change and ministers determine that they're going to drop this aspect of it. No, it's here to stay. And so we'll be driving. I'm so excited about it. Forgive me in this regard. We are so excited about this. And this is why we brought a team of people here today to meet with you. Because we know we are onto a good thing. We are into, it is spiritual in so many ways. We are feeling the neighborhoods, the communities respond. We are causing the persons of goodwill, irrespective, and I emphasize this, irrespective of political affiliation, because politics tends to damage everything. Oh no, we say this is bigger than the politics of the moment. This is bigger than the squabble that may occur in communities. This is something which binds us together, Lord. Ties that cannot be broken. The authority, the Urban Renewal Authority. And you'll be hearing so much more of it. Unfortunately, within the short space of time, we can only give you an overview. But you will be hearing our voices sound from, I would say, the mountaintops, sound from the beaches and the seas. All over the Bahamas. Urban Renewal is here to stay.
That's good news.
God.
I'll give you the final word in this segment, Reverend Francis, and that is, do you believe, that are you seeing the impact already of having established this authority and the programs that are in place? Is it working?
It is working. We're out in the community. As a matter of fact, there are 13 centers here in New Providence.
Wow.
There are several centers in Grand Bahama and filtered straight across the Family Islands. And so Urban Renewal is actually a national entity. The only thing, you know, ZNS covers everything. Urban Renewal is covering it all. We're impacting, we're changing lives, and we're looking forward to even greater success as we continue to develop and grow as the Urban Renewal Authority.
We look forward to it, and we pledge our support to be able to give you coverage wherever possible. Go ahead.
Brother Watson, let me end with this. Because, as I always say, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we are one. We are one. We are one Bahamas.
There you go. There you go. That's a good note to end on. Still to come, more on the programs being offered by Urban Renewal. A closer look at their impact. You're watching The Rundown here on the ZNS Network. Back after this. Stay close.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks, so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
Super Bowl Sunday just got even better.
Starting January 27, enter to win a TV from Security Depot or a game day pizza party for 8 courtesy of Cuba Libre and Angelo's Street Side Pizzeria.
2, enter to win to be one of 2 lucky winners of the Great Game Day giveaway.
WhatsApp a photo of a 2025 Cuba Libre purchase receipt to 557-3488 with your name and phone contact by Wednesday, February 5th.
Then, watch what's trending on February 6th to see if you're one of the lucky Great Game Day giveaway winners.
Welcome back to the show. We're talking about urban renewal tonight. It's so good to have various leaders from the authority of urban renewal. So what are the main programs being offered by urban renewal, and just how are they working out? Well, my guests in this segment are New Providence Deputy Director Lily Mae Longley and Sporting Director Wilton Russell. Both of you, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So tell us about the programs. Let's begin with you, Ms. Longley. What are some of the programs that are presently being offered through the Urban Renewal Authority?
There are a number of programs at the center levels. We have the after-school program, where we have trained teachers who come in the afternoon between the hours of 3:30 and 5 p.m., and they go through schoolwork with our children. We have sewing classes.
Wow.
We have sewing classes. We have reading programs. Every week, all of our centers, it's 14 of them, and we should get one coming on soon, go into the schools, and they spend 1 hour in the class 2 days a week.
Wow.
And read to our children. We have Creole classes where we try to get our seniors, is geared towards our seniors to ensure that, you know, when someone is conversing, that they can understand what they're saying. Additionally, we have programs. There's a big thing that's coming on now is our youth, the Urban Renewal Youth Club. Every center has a youth organization. Some of our centers have up to 150 students in the youth club. We'll have the band in that club. We'll have the choir. We'll have the dance, which already has about 140 members in the dance. And that just got started 2 weeks ago. So Urban Renewal is doing backyard farming, summer youth camp every year. The Seniors Club is a major thing with over 500 members in the Seniors Club. And then we have the Citizens Advisory Board. The Citizens Advisory Board is made up of members throughout the community, leaders, business persons, pastors, and there's 12 to each center. And they come and they discuss what they can do to improve the business of the center and make it better for the neighbors. Also, we have the Boys Club. Now that's geared to at-risk boys, where we try to have Dr. Eric Fox go in and deal with them with anger management, how they should stay out of problems. We have the suspension program, where the schools send the children to us if they are suspended from school. So there are a number of programs that are going on at Urban Renewal at this time.
And it doesn't just stop with those programs, there's also sports involved. Talk to us a bit about that.
Listen, our sporting program is doing extremely well. I am excited to even share about what's happening this coming Thursday. We have the extravaganza, the second edition of our extravaganza, where we're catering to over 500 seniors. And what we have been doing over the past several months is getting our seniors, our jewels, in shape. Because, you know, most of the time they're home, they're relaxing, they're taking care of their grandchildren, and they're just home, sometimes just idle. So what Urban decided to do was pull them out of the house. It was only for 1 hour a day. So we have 14 urban renewal centers where we have at least 20 to about 30, sometimes in some cases 40 at each center itself on a daily basis exercising. So we have 1 full hour of getting them in shape.
Wow.
So our seniors, this coming Thursday, is going to be at the Second Gymnasium. From
this week Thursday?
This week Thursday, at 10 o'clock in the morning until 1 p.m. You're going to see a full production where we have them exercising, getting in shape. Our seniors are really strong. I'm telling you, they've been exercising, working out, getting their knees in shape, getting their lifts off the chair. One lady told me one time, Mr. Russell, I used to count to 3 before I come out of the chair. So I used to go 1, 2, and I used to get up.
Wow.
Since she's joined the program now.
She's getting up.
She just gets up. So we're excited to see that our seniors throughout all of the different communities where we have the urban renewal centers, they are getting in shape and they get stronger. So we are delighted for this particular program itself.
When you have so many programs like this, whether it's sports or whether it's just extracurricular activity, there is no excuse to say, I need help in my community, because you have something that caters to every kind of person.
That's right.
The ones who excel, the ones who are challenged, the ones who are troubled, the ones who need athletic ability. There's something there for everyone.
That's right.
Does it mean that you have to live in this community to be a part of these programs tied to these centers?
Absolutely not. You know, our Carmichael, for an example, our Carmichael Urban Renewal Center is the furthest to the southwest. We will take in the entire southwest as far as Kalani, if they want to come.
Right.
So if you don't have an urban renewal in your area, find a center. We are prepared to take in as many children on a daily basis. The adults, we do etiquette class. That is so important because we have young ladies today do not know how to dress properly. And so we want to teach them how they can dress properly. The annual speech competition, how to speak. It's not okay to say duh, that. Come on, we want you to say that. And so we will teach you, and you will be a member of the speech competition at the end of the day. So it's a lot of programming, it's no excuse, and we tell parents, take the time to get your children involved in these programs that we have going on.
I wanted to ask that. Are people taking advantage of what is available? We hear so many people in the society talk about what's wrong and, oh, we need to train our children better. Oh, people need help. People are, we say it all the time, people are hurting. Are people taking advantage of what is available to them?
Not altogether. And, you know, I was a Parent Teachers Association for a very long time, president. And I realized that you had to go just the extra mile all the time, especially to get parents involved. Parents need to step up to the plate. Once we get those children there, they don't want to leave.
Wow.
So it's important for the parents to know how our programs are working for the children. It's particularly, see, urban renewal, when it got started, I believe the Honorable Perry Christie, the former Prime Minister, said he wanted to stem the flow of crime in the inner city communities. And the only way we can do that is we address the children, I like to say from 5, because by the time they get 7, they're a little bit too old. They're coming to their own.
Right.
So it's important for the parents to get the children there. Let's get them there. We're going to work with them, and we're going to make them better citizens for tomorrow.
I saw somebody said it online, and I thought it was so important. They said, are there any programs or skills for parenting?
That's a wonderful question, because one of our centers have already started parenting classes.
Wow.
And that's at our Fox Hill Urban Renewal Center.
Oh, awesome.
So it's like a pilot program, and we're going to try to adopt it across all the urban renewal centers.
Do you believe, when you look at the challenges you have with young people, I can't wait to ask Mr. Dean that when he comes up next, are we seeing the pattern that when you don't have parental involvement, it makes it that much more difficult for young people to function effectively?
I know that is a fact. That is a fact. A child needs balance in the home. The adage is, it takes a village to raise a child. They need balance in the home. They need balance in the church. And any civil organization, they need a balance. And it comes through sports. Mr. Russell didn't talk about the basketball program. I'm sure he'll get to that.
Talk about that.
Yes. And so, you know, we have a lot of things going on, but you need a balance. And I just think our parents, it starts at home. Charity begins at home and spread abroad.
Let's talk about that. What programs we do have for young people?
Listen, I am so glad even that Belongly reminded me, of course, about that particular program. Our basketball program during the summer is one of the largest programs that we have on the island. Urban Renewal has 14 centers. What we've done is we have basketball teams at the various community centers. These are teams designed to bring our young men together. As you know, there are issues inside our country with our young men with conducting themselves in the right way. This program is designed to bring them together, to teach them about do's and don'ts. That this young man who lives inside being in Grantstown and who lives in Nassau Village is not your enemy. So we use the basketball to bring these young men together, to talk to them about conflict resolutions, and to try to be able to resolve our issues, not through fists and fighting and so forth, you know, but on the basketball court itself. Win, lose, or draw, we shake hands and we leave from there knowing that, hey, we are one, as Mr. Allen says. This is about unity, this is about love, this is about growing, because we want to be like a Kai Jones, of course, like Mr. Rick Fox, like Mr. Buddy. We want to get to the NBA to be able to make our lives better itself.
Do you have success stories from young men?
Oh, we have tons of them, tons of young men. In fact, Mr. Randy, who lives in Angleston, in the heart of the inner city itself, is now in high schools inside the state itself.
Wow.
And he just won the MVP last summer inside the program itself. He was playing inside the Angleston Community Basketball Program. And now he's inside our college because Scouts comes down and see these young men play. So this is what we do inside the Urban Renewal Program. It's absolutely free. And then you mentioned it, parents need to take advantage of these opportunities that are provided. Every program that Mr. Longley has just mentioned just now is absolutely free.
Wow.
All the parents need to do is bring their kids, bring their loved ones to the various urban renewal centers, sign them up, register them. We have highly qualified professional society centers that will take care of them, teach them, train them to be very successful.
I'll give you both of you a chance to give your final words about your programs and what you want the public to know.
One of the things that I always say, and I'm so serious about this, the government is offering programs free of charge to help develop your child. We are grateful for our seniors, particularly that comes every week without fail. We trust that the children can pattern after their parents. They see their parents coming to the Urban Renewal Program, the Seniors Club, the exercise program, the bus rides, the time at Fish Fry, the time going out there at Dastra Gardens, and they can emulate or want to do the same thing. My mom, my grandmother is having such a good time. I would want to go too. Right. Because sometimes it's hard to change a child's mind when they are under peer pressure. You know, I'm going to Urban Renewal. Urban Renewal is a great place to start your future. It's a great place to begin your future.
What do you say to that parent who's saying, you know what, my son needs some intervention. I need some help. What do you say to them?
I say sign them up right away. Don't wait. First thing tomorrow morning, find the nearest Urban Renewal Center. We have 14 of them. Go and see one of our fine managers at the center. Speak to them. We have all kinds of different programs inside there. They're interested in sports. Sign them up. We have the basketball program. We have the swimming program. We have the tennis. We have track and field, baseball, softball, you name it. Okay? Ms. Longley just laid a whole list of other programs that we do. For the girls, the etiquette programs, you name it. It's all free. Get your kids involved in these programs to be part of a very successful future.
I see two questions online. I probably going to give them to Mr. Dean, because one says, why are these programs not available on the family islands? It says Ring Cooper. You want to answer that?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
They are available on the family islands. We have 8 Urban Renewal Centers in Grand Bahama and 9 across the other family islands.
There you go.
So they are available.
So Desiree, they are available in the family islands. And also I see Jacqueline Pulpo-Duncan is saying, is there a police unit attached to Urban Renewal Authority? Are they... I guess anybody can answer that, yeah.
Yes, we do have a police unit attached, but our managing director, Mr. Dane, will elaborate a little bit more on that.
That's his thing. I know that's his thing.
So,
but thank you both for being here, and congratulations on what you're doing, and hats off. Thank you for the service to our country. We definitely need it. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay with us. When we come back, the popular housing program. We're going to talk about that, and then, of course, we'll talk to the man who has to head up all of this work, the managing director of Urban Renewal. You know that name. Stephen Dean. He's here. We're back after this. Stay close.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Hello friends, I'm Mario Nuri, inviting you to the next A Familiar Walk as we walk down memory lane with our program over the years. Memories are the key not to the past but to the future, so join us with former Governor Generals Dame Ivy Dumont, Sir Alvo Turnquist, Sir Arthur Oakes, former Prime Minister Perry Christie, and former Deputy Prime Minister and now Governor General Dame Cynthia Pratt. Do join us.
Welcome back to The Rundown. We've been talking all night about urban renewal and what its impact should be and the programs that are available to it. Perhaps the signature of the urban renewal program might be the Home Repairs and Housing Initiative. Joining me in this final segment is Home Repairs consultant Arthur Johnson and, of course, the Managing Director of Urban Renewal itself, Stephen Dean. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Good to have both of you.
It's a pleasure to be here, Ken. It is a pleasure.
Listen, I'm going to start with Mr. Dean. Please forgive me because, you know, urban renewal, you know this like nothing. And I remember when urban renewal first started in its first initial stage with the former Prime Minister Christie. Urban renewal was so successful, the band itself became a phenomenon and traveled throughout the U.S. And I was a young reporter here at ZNS, and I was able to travel with you. You traveled in that big tour bus from city to city, state to state. And what an experience watching these young people audition for scholarships at some of the best music schools and get scholarships. It was just profound to see urban renewal in full effect. And then we saw it dwindle. And I said, oh my goodness, how could something so great we lose it, and now you're at the helm of it. Are you bringing it back? Are you going to bring the glory days back?
It's God's grace and mercy. Back to nostalgia, so to speak.
Yeah,
we're going to rekindle that fire that once burned and every renewal. Clint, I tell you, this is, to me, this is one of the most ambitious crime prevention and social intervention program ever to grace this Bahama land. There are countries around the world, particularly in the U.S., they wanted to understand what we were doing here. People traveled here from the International Association of Chiefs of Police, came here to see what we were doing. And I see it, remember Ken, I saw it in Jamaica, I saw it a couple of places. They are duplicating this program. We dropped the ball a bit, but I'm going to tell you, it's because of God's grace. So I'm back here.
It's the year of grace.
We are back. Mr. Allen is back. We are with Reverend Diana Francis, the dream team. We will get this thing where it needs to go with the help of the Bahamian public. And what is interesting, the public is every day we are inundated, but people want to help, want to join. That's why we got the advisory committee. We have volunteers throughout the communities. People want to get involved because it's something good. It's something good that's about to happen. And I think with the authority that put the icing on the cake, we were searching what it is that could keep it.
Right.
And I tell you, we found the antidote that really is going to make sure that we keep it, and the Bahamian people is going to be proud. It's going to be proud for years to come.
That's good to hear. I know some people online asking questions. Is urban renewal in Long Island? Is it in Abaco?
Yeah, both places have urban renewal, but what we're going to do, they can see some fire burning. They're going to see it being rekindled. They're going to see some things happening. We are on a move. We're putting the strategic teams in place. We are training our managers. We are getting our people ready for battle to go out there and really rescue. Because what we found out, that throughout our community, whether you go through Balls Alley, Dead Cat Alley, Kemp Road, our people are looking for leadership. The young people are looking for leadership.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is what urban renewal provides. This is what it provides, Clint. And when I came back and I began to look at where some of our children are, I began to start searching for them. I went through Quaco Street, saw a lady walking. Then I recognized who she is. I said, where are you going? She said, you remember me, Mr. Dan? When I was 10 years old, I joined the Urban Renewal Band.
Wow.
I'm going to do my intern at PMH.
Wow.
She got a music scholarship as a result of playing in the band.
And she was able to
now she's a doctor.
Study.
So in every sphere of human endeavor, you could lay claim of someone saying they went through urban renewal.
That's powerful.
It's tested, it's tried, and I'm going to tell you, proven. We're going to see more of our young people move forward. This is one of the solutions to get and rescue our young people.
Another person is asking, is there a partnership involvement with churches and urban renewal within each community, for example, forums?
No questions. All our partnership, we have partnership with churches, business leaders, and that's why we have the advisory committees. They comprise of these type of persons. And I'm going to tell you, people are coming in. We got young people by the droves, Clint, by the droves. If you look at our dance class, we just started 2 weeks ago. It's now over close to 200. We got people. But you know one thing we say to the Bahamian people? We say to our big corporate sponsors, bring in the money. If you want to talk with crime, how you can help with crime prevention, sponsor these programs.
That's it.
Sponsor these programs, you will help with crime prevention. Right. You will find a way of life for these persons at-risk youth, and this is going to happen. The government is on the verge of giving us some more money, and we want them to give us some more money. We can show we have the teams in place who can get the job done. We have great leadership. Our minister, who was involved in urban renewal, I'm going to tell you, this is very powerful.
And you know, I'm glad you said the government is looking to give you more money. Again, I said it before when the Minister of Health was here. As a wealthy country that's continuously signing heads of agreements and it's continuously approving investors to spend billions of dollars around our islands, there ought to be a clause put in place.
Yes.
Listen, government, there ought to be a clause put in place that with these heads of agreements, a certain percentage ought to go to community programs like urban renewal to fund it. It shouldn't be on the backs of just taxpayers and government to find money in the treasury. It should be those who are benefiting from our beautiful country ought to invest in our programs for our people.
Yes, yes.
And they ought to be made to put a percentage aside, and in the heads of agreement it says 1% goes to urban renewal, the urban renewal fund. And that's how you fund that without it being taxpayers' burdens.
And because ZNS is widely watched, I'm sure that everybody's listening.
They need to listen. It's time to act.
And I'm sure
it's time to act.
The money will be rolling in. The funding will be rolling in. The funding will be rolling in. But I must give words, particularly, we have our police officers actually involved, and the police really was at the forefront at the beginning. So they have a good active team involved.
Someone here mad right now saying they sorry you leave community policing, neighborhood policing, because you now deal with urban renewal.
In life, we have phases in life, Clint. If you don't go back, you go forward, you know?
Sure enough.
So I'm moving ahead, and I'm telling you, this is the right. God had this plan like this.
Sure enough.
This is divine, what you see happening here.
I want to get the housing program. Let's talk about it. Talk about what this program is, how it works, and what do you seek to do?
Well, you know, Clint, last year, 24, we had a very challenging year in terms of limited resources. And we wanted to fix so many houses or touch so many lives. We were able, even though we had those challenges, to fix 202 houses.
Wow. 202.
202.
What kind of repairs were there in fixing?
Well, we went from roofing to box and ceiling, inside, windows. We had some challenges with some senior citizens who their bathrooms were in terrible shape.
Wow.
And even some of them, when you walk inside the house, Clint, it's like this light shining. The ceiling is open, the roof open.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's how people were living?
So we had to do something about it.
Wow.
We had to. To that end, Urban, over the next 2 years, we are looking to do over 1,000 homes.
1,000?
Repairs.
Now, if you did 200 last year, how you can do 1,000 this year? Over the 2 years?
Over the next 2 years.
2 years.
That between New Providence and the Family of Islands.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And how do people get to qualify for this program? You know, everybody want to know how you choose Sally House over my house. How do you choose?
No, well, everybody has to put in an application, fill out an application, produce the documents to show proof of ownership.
Right.
And it isn't we lean more to senior citizens.
People who can't help themselves.
Who in need,
yeah.
who can't help themselves. Yes. Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Wow, right. That's exciting, the fact that people can get this kind of level of assistance.
And, sorry,
Go ahead.
And, you know, over the last year, where we've had the strain on our resources in terms of having the manpower, we've made sure that the minister and the co-chairs heard that in a report. And we had one employee start today.
That's one.
Inspector.
That's one.
That's all we need is a start.
Yeah. Mr. Dean, I'm going to give you the last 4 minutes we have here. Urban renewal is back.
Indeed,
You got me excited all of a sudden now.
Urban renewal is back, Clinton. We can need you on board because you can help us promote this.
I am on board. Listen, I am a firm believer anything that we can do to help build our community.
Yes.
See, we've become as a nation so complacent, and all we do is complain about the problem, but we never say, let me be a part of the solution.
Yes. Clint, it is back, but you know, we have some hard-working employees here in New Providence and in Grand Bahama and throughout the Family Island who are behind the scenes. You don't often see them out front, but they are working hard and to make this thing work. I see the dedication, I see the commitment, I see the overtime, I see what they want. And you gotta have a heart for this. It takes a special person to be involved in this.
This is just no job.
No, this is not a job. No one can pay you for what you have to do in the community.
I know that's right.
When you see lives change, when you walk up, when I walk into the food stand, someone say, Mr. Dean, you remember me? I'm doing well now. I'm doing well now. I'm talking about even everybody be touched, you know. I'm talking about a guy who came out of prison.
Wow.
And he said, Mr. Dean, I need to see you. He said, my life has changed.
Wow.
And said, you said something to me. You touched me while you was in that urban renewal community. Although I gone astray, but I'm doing well now. I'm touching. So we're reaching out to everyone, Clint. We're reaching to everyone. We're not discriminating because everybody needs our help. Immaterial to what I found out, immaterial to where you live, particularly in those over the hill. They have some wonderful people through there. When I walk through Quaco Street, when I walk through, oh my goodness, and the Baintown area, you feel at home. You feel sincerity when you with these people. So Clint, I'm telling you, what you're gonna see, like Mr. Allen said, you're gonna see urban renewal. All you're gonna see is urban renewal. It can come back to those glory days. You know, we used to be every time you click on your TV,
everywhere.
It was urban renewal. Every corner you go through was urban renewal. So we're gonna get that band. You know, we had that band for 1,000. We're gonna bring that band possibly to 1,500 now. 1,500. So we are asking persons out there, if you have an instrument, donate it to urban renewal.
Yes.
If you have some money that you're making some extra money in your business, bring it to urban renewal.
That's right.
We want the funding. And this will reduce crime. It's rather you help us now as opposed to see one of these young persons come to your company to hold up your company something happens.
That's right.
What we are asking you to do to help us, to support.
Yes.
So we're getting support from the police, we're getting support from community leaders, we're getting support from social service, environmental health. Bring it back to that team that used to gel together. And it's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you, lives will be changed. The country will be in a better position. This is a good place. This is a good place to live, the Bahamas, and I'm going to tell you, with this program, you're not going to find no other social intervention program that could rival urban renewal.
I definitely believe you on that. I think you just stirred the pot. People out there are feeling the enthusiasm. That's what we need. We need people to come on board, feel it, understand that you have a role to play in the transformation of our country. And when we, even in the media, I challenge all my colleagues to cover these stories. Don't see these stories as, oh, we ain't got time for the covenant of renewal. These are important. When we start to put these stories at the forefront of people's mindset, we begin to focus on the good rather than just the bad. We begin to uplift those who are making a difference rather than those who are creating a problem. And I think if we begin to shape our newscast to tell more of these stories, we begin to see the transformation in our country.
But Clint, I want to commend, sometimes you listen to the talk but nothing happening and the church ain't doing nothing, this one ain't doing that. But when you can visit these communities, there are some people out there doing some things in their small little corners. They're doing things, they're feeding. They're not in the newspaper, not on the news, but they're doing some wonderful. Urban Renewal are connecting all the dots, so we're not duplicating the efforts. So if we find Pastor so-and-so is doing some of the feeding program, Urban Renewal can go in there and double that. We can contribute to that.
There you go.
The Boys Brigade, we're looking at all these programs, the Scouts and Brownies, we can put the children there. They are structured programs. We're going to put them there. The Sunday school rally and the rally, we're going to put children in there. That's what we're going to do. We are developing communities. We do not come to take over your community. Urban Renewals want to build community leaders because at some point some of us will be removed from these communities. But the community will continue to strive. And that's the goal. So we're working daily in the communities, and we want to thank those people who are doing wonderful jobs in the community. And we're going to be there.
Mr. Johnson, thank you. Of course, Managing Director, they got the right person leading this thing. Stephen Dean, thank you so much. We're going to be talking throughout the year about the programs you're doing and the impact they're having. Thank you so much, and all the best in Urban Renewal. Please get involved. If you need something to volunteer your services, they have a volunteer program going on. Go ahead and volunteer. Become a national volunteer and get involved in making the difference. That does it for the rundown. Be sure to stay tuned to the ZNS Network for the Bahamas tonight at 11. I see Royston Jones already in the building. He ready to prepare for the 11 o'clock news. It is the latest news and information, the last newscast of the day anywhere, right here with Royston Jones. Well, that's it. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm Clint Watson. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
What is the matter? I thought you liked to play like this.
Well, I don't like it anymore.
And why not?
I'll show you why.
Hey, stop my hair. Seriously, you're messing up my hair.